I'm Trish Toby with WARC reporting to you live from Westchester, New York, where there appears to be some sort of mutant menace on the loose.
Hey, everybody, I'm Matt Allcamp.
And I'm Pat Reber.
And say it with us, Glib.
Welcome to Mutant Menace.
Patrick.
Matt.
How the H are you?
How the heck am I?
Wow.
I got you.
Wow. Your foul mouth knows no bounds.
Yeah, sorry. Fuckhead.
Pat, now I don't care how you are. Now I just want to talk to you about... Pat, what are we talking about today?
Today, I don't know if we have a lot of history to cover. We're talking about the interaction of mutants and
menaces.
And Asgardian gods.
Yes. So there was this fucking period of time that must have ruled if you were going to the comic book shop every week from September to October of 1985, where the X-Men team up with Alpha Flight for a story that involves Loki, and then overlapping weeks, the New Mutants go to Asgard, and then the X-Men go to Asgard
and team up with the New Mutants.
And technically, the New Mutants X-Men story is like a sequel to the X-Men Alpha Flight story, but they were being published at the same time, or released at the same time.
Right. We have put them in
chronological, if not temporal order.
Exactly. But pay close attention when we read those release dates, folks, because that'll reveal the secret.
And this was the time when Walt Simonson was writing Thor, right? And everyone was fucking loving Thor.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Did you ever read any of Walt Simonson's Thor?
Yes, and it's good. It's as good as people
really
say. I haven't read it start to finish, but like the arcs that I have read are brilliant. And he's doing not Claremont level seeding, but he's doing the same thing where he's like seeding stories that don't actually open up until a year later. Maybe not a full year, but it's just really well done.
Did you read the whole thing?
No. I just said that.
I pick out every couple words.
But neither Walt Simonson nor Thor are anywhere near these books, just to get that out of the way up top.
But I guess my point is this all takes place during a Thor craze, which is, I think, why it says based on a premise by Jep Schuber and Nocenti and Denny O'Neil on these books.
Sure.
They're like, you have to tie into Thor.
We have to smash these two hits together.
Right. And the background of both of these books is reliant on, like, you can get a full story without knowing this stuff, but it takes place in the tapestry of whatever's happening in Thor.
Yeah. They drop some hints, but if you want to understand like the relationship between Loki and Enchantress, then you have to have some background.
Do you think Walt Simonson is considered, do you think amongst Norse mythologists and stuff, do you think they count Stan Lee and Walt Simonson as some of the important writers?
Absolutely not.
They're like, well, Snorey Snorelson, what's his name? Snorey Snorelson, Stan Lee.
No, that would be nuts. They're
Walt
just
Simonson.
making it up. Like, which isn't.
Well, I guess Snorey Snorelson was too.
What? Wait a second. We
Well,
don't know that those stories aren't true,
that's true.
but also,
But like he was
it's withstood the test of time at this point.
he was like a Christian monk though, who was like
How do you think people laughed at his name back then?
Snorey Snorelson.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you
I
think
don't know.
Snorri was a cruel nickname from the other monks? Can't get any damn sleep because of Snorri over here. Write it, put it in the book. Put it in the book that his name is Snorri.
Yeah, cross out whatever he wrote. His name's like Jeff. Cross out
Yeah.
Jeff and write Snorri.
Snorey Snorelson.
Nobody will ever believe his name is Snorey Snorelson because his real last name is actually Snorelson. He's Jeff Snorelson. Whoa!
Oh, Matt, it
That was
is
violent.
about damn time. We have so many emails to get through. They're pretty brief,
Okay.
but there's a bunch of them. You ready? We're going to start with someone we haven't heard from in a little bit, and I think we may have wondered if he was dead. Ambitious Eric.
Ooh, ambitious Eric.
Embarrassing Eric.
Embarrassing Eric.
Ambitious Eric says, "Hey Pat, tell Matt reports of my death are greatly exaggerated." He lets us know he took a little break, but he is back and caught up. He says, "Before the break, while there seemed to be a lot of nitpicks I could have bothered Matt over, or at least gotten him to pretend to be bothered over, he doesn't think your anger is authentic, Matt."
Oh.
When I looked them up, it almost always turned out to be regional pronunciation differences or meanings of words that have changed back and forth over time. So Matt and I were both right, and we can't have that.
Well, that's a good reason to take a break from the podcast.
He really appreciates being reminded of Juggernaut and Black Tom's bromance. They were some of my
Yes.
favorites for a while, and I forgot their weirdly earnest dynamic was the big reason why. Juggernaut and Black Tom are the kind of homies who tuck each other into bed and kiss each other goodnight, and I'm here for it. I'm always here for it.
That's very good. Yes, they roll.
They do.
I mean-
They are adorable together.
It is the only interesting or significant thing about Black Tom Cassidy, right? There's nothing interesting about him as a villain, as a character, as a man, but except for his bromance with Juggernaut.
Yeah. He's got terrible powers. And his ideas are so bad, they hired a hitman. But
his power is I can make a blast come out of a stick.
yeah, I need my stick to do it. But Juggernaut is not a smart man, and this isn't a slight at him at all, but he's just he's not super smart, and Black Tom is smarter than him. I think Black Tom's other power is convincing people dumber than him that he is a smart man.
Yeah, because he is almost as dumb as Juggernaut.
At the end of the Dazzler episode, Ambitious Eric continues, you guys talked a bit about Hostess fruit pies. My favorite was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles vanilla pudding pie. It was vanilla goop in a radioactive looking green shell, if y'all don't remember. Do you remember these things, Matt?
Not at all.
So I vaguely remember them.
Oh
The
my God!
one- I know. Yeah.
I just looked them up. Holy shit.
The reason that I remember them more vividly now is because there's a pretty recent episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where they legitimately bought up, I think, most of the rest of the existing collection of these on Earth and ate them on television. Like, you can find them opening of it. It's very real. It's a very real thing.
They did it in the sitcom, a scripted sitcom. They did it for real.
Yes, like it's very clear in the episode that these are real Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pies, and they are incredibly hard to find. Like, these very well may be the last existing ones on Earth.
And do you think they preserved well? There must be so much preservatives smashed
It is
into that thing.
sugar. Like, there's
Yeah.
probably a little bit of flour in the dough and maybe some vanilla extract, but like, there's
But you don't think there's actual custard in that pudding?
No.
So, I mean, I would have fucking loved this as a kid, but like,
Yeah,
I'm like
yeah.
legitimately gagging looking at these.
He suggests a nickname for Daniel. You remember that guy, Daniel?
Oh
from the
yeah, we
emails
should
that
come
doesn't
up
have
with
a
a nickname for him. Does
Yeah.
he have a good one?
He says Daniel the Nameless, and he assures us it's funny if we think about it.
Okay. I mean, I get it conceptually.
Here's the problem.
You're saying
Like,
he's nameless, but he has a name, but I don't get why that would apply to. I don't get what that means about Daniel. Like, why does that? What does that have to do with Daniel?
Here's the problem I'm having is I have to think about it in order to get it. I presume if I think about it,
I can
we
tell
just
you're
went
not.
through this last week. If we think about it, then we're going to get thrown so off our game in naming Daniel here.
I can tell you're not thinking about it. I can see it in your face. And I did think about it. So actually it's kind of too late, but also I don't know what nameless has to do with Daniel.
I assume it's very funny. But thank you. Ambitious Eric signs off. Future loser league candidate, Ambitious Eric.
Never, Ambitious Eric. You're part of the winner league. We should call our emailers the winner league.
The winner league. Ooh, that's our new listeners, what listeners should call themselves. Winners.
You guys are the winner league. You're a member of the winner league if you listen to Mutant Menace.
We got to make membership cards. Cut that out because we can't afford to. But Weapon Jason has thoughts on episode 63.
Winter League member Weapon Jason.
Hey, Pat, tell Matt, I feel like Leia Loha was invited into New Mutants because of the relationship he and Claremont likely built on the Spider-Woman run.
Oh,
That's
right.
a good point. He was someone Claremont could work with and likely trusted to put on the page what Claremont intended. It's still wild how so much stuff is developing through New Mutants and X-Men together here. It really did feel like a shared universe of storytelling, but somehow even if you weren't reading one of the titles, you could still keep up with events.
You could? That's what I'm not I'm wondering. I've been wondering if it's possible to.
In what we read here, if you skipped the X-Men and Alpha Flight issues, you'd have no idea how anybody got here, but you can, as an avid comic reader, assume they're here for a reason, and there's enough to kind of keep you afloat through the rest of the story. He goes on, Secret Wars 2 was such a terrible, terrible idea. Agree, hard agree. Haven't read it yet, but definitely agree.
It's gonna be so bad, dude.
Really hoping no nickname Daniel gets a couple more roles next time, though.
People keep calling him this.
I know people are concerned. Well, we'll get him a nickname. It won't be an issue anymore. But
it's not like that's his identity as a guy without a nickname. We just haven't come up with it yet. That's normal.
Yeah. It looks like Weapon Jason is asking that we roll more than 2 random numbers for him. He says, interesting getting his perspective.
Okay, yeah. Let's do it.
And then super looking forward to the specials, Weapon Jason.
Great.
The specials, the ska band.
yeah. He's a big ska fan. That's why he hates punk so much.
Up next, Matt, we have a new listener, not a new listener, a longtime listener, first-time emailer, who, first of all, just sent us their name, Glib. So,
hey,
Glib, I hope I swear to God, I hope at the beginning of the episode you said it with us, because you're in the rotation now. Glib also wrote in just to separately, which is how we requested, to say, hey, Matt, tell Pat that I have been here for a while and his begging for emails has finally got me.
Yes! Oh, I know it would work on somebody.
I got into comics through Dazzler and agree completely about her eras. Loved the stuff prior to the movie, have bought multiple copies of the movie because I black out every time I read it. They say, hopefully my name is dumb enough to not get a nickname. I chose this and am very attached. Glib Grendel. Glib Grendel.
Thank you, Glib Grendel. That was... please keep emailing. That's a very good email.
Very sweet. A few more to get through here, Matt, but they are exciting. Up next is Ink Master.
Ink Master!
We love the Ink Master.
Winter League.
Ink Master says, hey, Pat, tell Matt that I know nicknames aren't open to public vote, but I really like Daniel Summers as a nickname for Daniel.
What the fuck is going on?
Everybody's...
What is happening?
Look,
Daniel
folks,
is going to be listening to this fucking jizzing himself.
mind blown.
I cannot believe so many people are talking about me.
Funnily enough, I've also been having laptop troubles. You remember, Matt, last week you talked about your laptop.
I disassembled my laptop and put it into my TV, and now I have a TV laptop.
One of the hinges broke back in December, which led to the LCD cable being damaged and the monitor losing video input back in February. That sucks.
Well,
Sorry, Ink. I won't go into the whole...
What you can do, Ink, is you can disassemble it and take the whole top lid off and the screen off and plug it into your TV.
I don't think everybody does that, Matt.
You can, though. I learned.
Disassembling their own computers.
I did. I can. You can.
With any luck, though, finally, I'll have it back fixed by the time this email hits air.
Or you can't listen.
2 days.
You can't listen. It's the only way. You need the computer to listen.
The only fat hero in Marvel I'm aware of is Big Bertha, but she's not really done in the best taste. If you know, you know.
Yeah, a Great Lake Avenger, Big Bertha. I think she's a mutant.
Right. She is not the woman that kidnapped Aurora.
She looks exactly like Pink Pearl.
Oh,
except
Pink
for she wears yellow instead of pink.
Okay. Lastly, here's an interesting one. This episode has convinced me that Warlock deserves his own Kurt report.
Oh man.
We'll get there.
Yeah, I can't think of a rhyme off the top of my head.
The Locke Box.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, man.
And then Ink apologizes for the long email. This is extremely short compared to most of the emails we get. So, thank you, Ink Master. Up next, just 2 more, Matt.
Okay.
One of them, Sweet Douglas.
Sweet Douglas, it's been so long.
Sweet Douglas says, hey, Pat, tell Matt that he had the better Karma laugh impression. I didn't realize it was a competition.
Well, I beat you.
He says, I don't know why you decided to go weird racist route and say tiki tiki in it. What?
Pat, why did you say
racist? I thought that's like, that bird. That bird says it
in the tiki room. But that's that many tikis. You only did 2, so when you did it, it was racist.
I sincerely hope I didn't say anything racist. If I did,
you have to do 5 tikis or it's racist.
I'll have to Google that.
I think maybe he just means that idea of like treating other languages like they're gobbledygook, but I don't necessarily think that's what you were doing.
No, this is a laugh. This is a laugh.
As Pat slowly gets canceled, these are the things he yells.
I'm not canceled.
I'm not canceled. It's a laugh.
Anyway,
like the birds. It's like the birds.
We both sound like Jerry Seinfeld.
It's like the birds.
No.
It's just a laugh!
The bird said it all the time!
The bird can say it, but I can't say it!
The left is ruining comedy!
It's like you can't say anything anymore!
Anyway.
If they can say it, why can't I say it? Jerry, Jesus!
Oh, God. All right, Sweet Douglas goes on. Anyway, I almost emailed a few times about why you two seem to hate Kling Drooper so much. I wasn't sure if I forgot about you expanding a lot on that in earlier episodes, but then you laid it all out last week. Knowing that he's also explicitly responsible for the Beyonder makes me dread his name even more. I've been reading ahead, that's dangerous, and made it through 8 issues of Secret Wars 2 before tapping out. How many issues?
Wow, dude. I think it's 12. It's the same as Secret Wars 1,
Okay.
only it'll feel like 24.
Finally, I want to. Then he closes out with some compliments. We're not going to read them on air. Thank you,
But we
Sweet
appreciate
Douglas, for
them,
sending
Sweet
us
Douglas.
compliments.
You are a sweet Douglas, is what
Yeah.
we've learned.
What a sweet man trying to cancel me.
Well, I'm on his side about this one. You are canceled.
And then finally, Matt, we have another new emailer, a new listener this time. Canadian Dan.
Canadian Dan.
Canadian Dan. We don't even need to come up with a nickname.
Well,
Canadian
you don't get,
Dan.
We've said this before. You don't if you email in
come
with
in
a
with
nickname, you don't get a nickname. But if you start emailing without a nickname and then you add a nickname later, we won't read it.
That's true. Yeah. You can't designate it after we already know who you are. But
Yes.
Canadian Dan, Winners League member.
Winners League. Welcome to the Winners League, Canadian Dan.
Hello, Pat. Could you please tell Matt that I am a new listener just catching up on the back issues of your pods?
I want everyone to be this polite when they email it. Can you please tell Matt?
Yeah,
hey, Matt,
new
can you
format, not hey, Pat, tell Matt.
Hey, Matt,
you got to start being nice
Pat,
to me.
Can you please tell Matt? Hey, Pat, I'd love to talk to you, but first, can you please tell Matt?
I was also wondering if you could increase the Canadian content of the show, as I'm from the same neck of the woods as Logan, aka Wolverine.
Okay.
Can I ask? We are overrepresented in Pat's email corner by the nation of Canada, right?
Yeah, the Winners League is very Canadian. There's like 7 Canadians in the Winners League.
Right. And look, we have,
and the rest are all from the
Midwest, but yeah, it seems to be one grouping, and then
it's just
a few folks across the pond.
It's the Plains emailers. They're just all in this central section of the
yeah, folks. If you are from somewhere that's not Canada or the Midwest United States, mutantmenacepod@gmail.com. Just let us know you're out there.
Just let us
know. I'm
know.
so curious by our when you look at our numbers by country,
right,
where some of these listeners are coming from, or if it's just like somebody's VPN.
that could be, yeah.
It's very likely that rather than a listener in Ivory Coast, but who knows if you live in Ivory Coast.
If you live in the Ivory Coast, if you live in Côte d'Ivoire, I'm butchering that pronunciation.
Yeah, but that's why I didn't go for it. But
Senegal, if you lived in Senegal, or Morocco, there's somebody in
Morocco.
There's somebody in Gabon.
What a colorful tapestry we weave here in Pat's email corner.
But mostly Canada. Well, Pat, now that we're back from Pat's email corner.
Yeah.
It was a very fun time, a very fun little sojourn in Pat's email corner. But
now
that we're back, now that we've returned.
Yeah.
I gotta ask.
Oh, what's up?
Have you done anything friggin' X-Men related this week?
Matt, I'm sorry to use the same answer as either last week or the week before. I don't remember which.
Oh, no.
But
no.
Yet again, I attended a Pride festival. They did. This is very cool. Philly Pride, like the official Philly Pride, moved from its current location to a location that's, I think, a little more wide open, a little more accessible. It actually ended kind of negatively. You can look that up. We don't need to talk about that part. But because the location was moved,
yes,
Passyunk Avenue, which is just like a nice popular section in South Philadelphia, little neighborhood, they threw their own Pride festival, and it was extremely cool. There were 0 police, which was
that's
nuts.
rad.
Yeah, it was very cool. There were a ton of really neat, like, independent little vendors. A lot of the festivals they throw can be kind of shitty vendors or people that just raid Goodwills and then sell the t-shirts they find, but like these were real artists and like a lot of programs built around community support and queer healthcare and stuff like that you can
Okay.
just like get information for, right?
Okay.
It was beautiful. It was a blast. There were some big shows, music acts, drag shows. I drank a lot of iced coffee.
Okay.
It was a good time.
That's fun.
How about you, Matt? Did you do anything X-Men related this week?
I was at a bar the other night and
Okay.
I got yelled at.
Ooh. That happens to Scott Summers and Wolverine a lot.
Yeah. So I was we went out. There was like a patio to this bar. It was in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and there was a patio to this bar, and we went out to the patio and started. We're having our drinks out there, and I guess the staff forgot we were out there, and it was past 2 a.m., so they closed up.
No.
And then suddenly it was like after 2 a.m. and 2 employees walked out, and they were like, "Oh, hey, you were closed up," and it's like, oh fuck, okay, well then I guess we'll get going. Should we bring these drinks inside, like our empty glasses inside? And they were like, no, you can't, you're not allowed to go back in. And I was like, okay, but I didn't settle my tab. And he was like, okay, for that you can go back in. And I was like, okay. So I went and I walked right in, and the lady was like, you can't come in here. And I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
But the guy just out, and she was like, I don't care, you can't come in here. I was like, okay, all right. I don't know about my, and she's like, we probably assumed you left and we wrapped it up for you. And I was like, okay, fine. And I was thinking afterwards, like, number one, we were your customers and we were in your bar. Like, the patio is still part of your bar. We were at your bar. It's kind of your fault. Number one.
Summertime.
Yeah. Number two, your door is completely unlocked.
Well.
And number three, your employee told me to come inside.
So it is probably a legal thing for them, right? After the bar is closed, you can't
lock your damn door.
Yeah, I guess.
But whenever I've worked retail or anything like that, the moment we don't want customers coming in, you run over and lock your door as quick as fucking possible.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay, bad restaurant.
Nah, that place is cool. It's a cool little dive bar, and I like it. But man, it got me all fumed.
I'd be humiliated.
You'd be humiliated, really?
Yeah. I'm surprised you aren't. I guess you're going back.
No, I'm sitting here justifying my actions and deciding that they weren't my fault. They were that person's fault.
Yes, that would humiliate me even further.
It would humiliate you to make yourself non-humiliated.
To go in there with the confidence that it was their fault when it was mine? Yeah,
it was not my fault. I was the customer. I was in their bar. That'd be like if somebody you're like at the toy store. I don't know why you're at the toy store, but you're at the toy store and I
don't need a reason.
And you're in the action figure section, and they don't go in the action figure section very much. So they closed the toy store with you in there. It's like, well, then you should have fucking gone to the action figure section. That's not my fault that you don't go to the spots in your own business before closing your business to make sure people aren't there. It's your business. I was on your business. I was in the part of your business that is open to being businessed at.
Yeah.
Is there
another way that we're tying this back to X-Men,
Nope.
or is it just getting yelled at while you're at a bar?
That was it. So,
Okay. Yeah, Matt, we already told people what we're talking about.
We told people what we're talking about. I don't think there's much background. The only background you really need to know is who is part of each team, and that'll become clear as the story goes on. And that
also
Karma is
back.
Large. She's back, and she's very large right now.
She's very large, and they just battled. I always want to call him Kulan Goth, but that's not his name. His name is Amal Farouk, the Shadow King.
He is called the Shadow King now yet? Have they used the term Shadow King, or did we just start using it because we got sick of saying Amal Farouk all the time?
I don't think they have gotten there yet. I love that title. Amal Farouk, the Shadow King.
Yeah.
But they it is worth remembering that the New Mutants just wrapped up a battle with Amal Farouk in which they got Karma back and are recovering from it.
Okay.
Yeah, with that, Matt.
Do you want me to read you X-Men and Alpha Flight #1? The Gift?
The Gift.
By Chris Claremont, writer Paul Smith and Bob Wyacek, artists Tom Orzechowski, letterer Glynis Oliver, colorist Ann Nocenti and Denny O'Neil, editors. I can't read this name, but it's the editor-in-chief, and then it's based on a premise by, I still can't read the name. It's the same thing down here. Can you read it?
It's all smudged up.
Yeah, it's all smudged up.
How about just Smudge? How about Jim Smudge, since we can't read it?
Yeah, Jim's a pretty nondescript name, so he's Jim Smudge.
Just picking one out of the air.
Ann Nocenti and Denny O'Neil. They came up with the premise. So it's released on September 10th, 1985. The cover date is December 1985. Hi. In the air. Well, hold on.
Sorry.
I was being dramatic. Okay, ready? Hi.
Hi.
You ruined it again. All right, high in the air above Alaska, Scott Summers. Remember him?
Yeah.
He checks on the passengers of his Lockheed L-100 Hercules workhorse. That's an airplane. There's a lot of airplane shit in this fucking comic.
Oh, he's back.
They say that it's humping. They say it's humping the air around the mountains or something. They apparently that's an airplane term.
I guess. Whenever I've been in a plane, they've called it turbulence.
He could say fucking anything, and I'll just be like, okay, I guess it's an airplane term. Okay, aboard the plane are Paul Dominic, an architect that wishes he could build with magic.
He's got a sketchbook, and everybody's like, oh, these sketches of buildings are so good. And he's like, thanks, but they won't work without magic.
He's like, they're beautiful. He's like, not really. Paul, be chill for once in your life.
He's also, I would be so much better at my job if I could suspend the laws of physics.
All right,
We all would.
Dr. Jeannie Cretin. I don't know how to actually pronounce her name. It's like Jeanne Chrétien. She's a geologist.
Right. She's with Paul Dominic.
Mr. Descartes, botanist.
Nice.
Carla Ballinger. She's sleeping. She's an excellent cook.
Excellent cook.
Dr. Boyd Wilson is, Pat thinks he's a zoologist.
I think he's a zoologist.
Okay. Pat thinks
he's talking about animals.
And he hates mutants. Well, do you want to describe his argument real quick?
Yeah, it's essentially just like, we can't trust him. He does this thing that is very annoying and popular among racists called, where he says it's survival of the fittest. They're just going to kill us all.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what survival of the fittest
It's not a big fight.
means.
It's not like all the animals had a big fight and the strong ones got to live. No, it is who is best adapted to their environment happens to live longer and breed more.
Exactly. But his argument is like, because they are the next step in human evolution, they are going to wipe us all out.
Unless the world becomes dangerous for people who can't blast rays out of their eyeballs. Unless it becomes hard to get food if you can't blast rays out of your eyeballs. I think you're fine, Boyd. He's like, what's so bad about them is they're dangerous and any one of them could kill us in a second. And Scott's like, oh yeah, like thinking in his head, he's like, oh yeah, bitch, I could kill you in a second. Scott, you're brewing. He's like, if I took off these glasses, I'd blast your fucking face off. And it's like, that's his point. You're not dispelling. If somebody was like, I hate all Pats because they always use dirty language, and you're like, hey, fuck you, pal. Like, okay, he's right then.
That is how I would react.
All right, then there's a guy named Moreau who's a mysterious Frenchman.
Yeah, we don't get an occupation for him, but he is French. And he's got like mysterious facial hair.
And then Sam Ross.
Sam Ross.
So Sam Ross is a crew member. He's attending to the cargo. He loves reading books.
He does. He's reading he's reading Ulysses by James Joyce. He's recommending it to Scott like a modern feminist.
The designer of the cover was kind enough to design the cover around his big fat thumb so that you can still read all of it.
More books should do that.
You
have to hold a book to show it to someone.
And then there's some other guy in the cockpit who Pack S's is a navigator. And I think that's probably true because he turns into Pathfinder. Well, I'm getting ahead of us.
Spoilers.
Suddenly, Madeline demands Scott return to the cockpit as she's never seen the type of weather they're in all of her years of flying. Scott has, though, when Shaman of Alpha Flight used his mystic power to force the X-Men's plane to land in Calgary. As they discuss, though, a blinding flash of light stuns the cockpit and... We cut to Westchester, New York, where the X-Men are having a pretty standard Danger Room session until Rachel receives a psi flash, driving her nuts and forcing her telekinetic powers to commandeer the controls. Suddenly, the X-Men are fighting a bunch of Sentinels in Rachel's future, while she is used as a hound to track them down. Xavier ports in to calm her down and see what caused the psychic freakout. She saw Scott's plane crash happen.
Oh no!
Why did they have this programmed in to the Danger Room?
So my understanding was that Rachel's telekinetic panic attack was so powerful that it reprogrammed the Danger Room itself
that she
from
learned
her memories.
She learned programming real quick.
Yeah. She
and changed the
psychically
code.
absorbed it from... This is all unconscious thought.
Oh, she took it from Kitty's head.
She took it from Kitty
and
then
Doug.
used her telekinesis to...
Okay. Yeah, I mean, she's got two top-class hackers who can hack into the government computers.
That's
remember?
True.
In the house with her. Well, anyway, cut to Calgary, Alberta, where Alpha Flight are hanging out at Michael Two Young Men's hospital when Snowbird limps in dying, muttering about Ungava Bay. No time for that now, though, as a big psychic claw grabs Michael and pins him against the wall, tearing his medicine bag from his waist before he can cast a spell. Aurora tries to leap in to help, but Rachel psychically switches her personalities. Don't do that.
Oh yeah, do not. This is not an okay thing to do to someone that's mentally ill.
Please don't do this.
Let a professional do this.
Yes. And Jean Marie runs off in fear while the medicine bag tries to eat Heather.
Couple things here. Number one, this is, I think, the first time that we've seen like Rachel's unchecked power, where she conjures a giant hand that grabs Michael Two Young Men,
looks like
shoves him up against
claw.
the wall. It looks like a phoenix claw. And while he's restrained, she digs through Aurora's mind, changes her personality.
Which cannot be as simple. Cannot be that simple. Like flipping from one to the other. Like they act like it's simple. Anyway, go ahead.
And then to top it all off, Walter Sasquatch tears through the wall and bursts in and threatens her. And she says, well, if I were a wall furball, I'd be scared stiff.
Very, very, very good. Do you think, so this is Claremont writing Alpha Flight for the first time since like Byrne has actually started defining them. Do you think he's pissed? Do you think he's like, because he broke off from Claremont, right?
Oh, like, do I think Chris Claremont is approaching this with some spite and being like...
No, I'm saying, do you think Byrne is pissed that Chris Claremont is getting his hands on these grubby little hands all over his character?
Oh, that I would imagine, yeah, because they did not end on great terms, right? According to later interviews.
It seems like it. I mean, then again, I think Byrne gets grumpier as time goes on.
Sure.
Well, also, as all the other Alpha Flight people, they rush to their aid. And Puck's like cartwheeling down the hallway.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my, something bad is happening. We better get there quickly. I better do a bunch of cartwheels there. Is that faster than running?
Yes, that is his fastest way to move. Imagine if you were just a wheel. He's a human wheel when he does that.
Okay.
He just gains momentum as he goes.
You think he gets faster? Up above, we learn that Rachel just kind of went rogue here. So they send Rogue flying down to make sure she doesn't hurt anyone. North Star sees and tries to intercept her, but a quick kiss knocks his ass out.
Barking up the wrong tree there, Rogue.
Yeah, whoops. But now she knows, which she kind of like implies and will keep coming back in a really weird way.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Rachel, seething, demands to know where her father is, but Shaman doesn't even know who her father is. Xavier finally shows up and stops her, pulling her into the astral plane to chide her as the rest of the X-Men help clean up the damage. I like this because this is that trope of if Marvel characters team up, they first have to fight. There first has to be a misunderstanding, they fight, and then they figure out they're on the same side and like team up to fight a villain.
Yeah,
but this is Professor X being like, this was fucking inappropriate, dude.
Yeah, he's pissed.
How dare you do this? Like, I'm gonna kick you out of the school if you do shit like this again. He like makes himself super big and her super small, and he's like, how dare? He's like screaming in her face. Yeah.
I got to admit something, Matt. During the sort of cleanup here, the X-Men come in and just help clean up the damage Rachel caused, which included the medicine bag starting to eat Heather, right? And Kurt grabs it, pulls it off of her, but in that moment, there's a frame where you can see right inside the medicine bag. And Matt, I'm so sorry, but I looked inside of it.
All right. I'm glad that you are addressing this because I looked inside of it too. I don't know why they did this to us.
I know. Why would you put that in a comic?
Why would you put it in a comic book?
Looking inside Shaman's medicine bag makes you go insane. Catatonically insane.
This is probably why this doesn't have the Comic Book Authority seal of approval on the front.
Matt, I just realized something. No wonder we have new emailers telling us they're a fan of the podcast today.
Because we're insane.
We're dreaming.
We're
none
of this is
right
real
we're in
for
a
us. Yeah, we are. We must be. If you focus real hard, we could hear the beeping of our heart monitors, I bet. Yeah, we're insane now, and we're just gonna have to keep going. So once the two teams have a chance to talk, they realize that Scott and Snowbird were both affected by the same surge of mystic power, originating in Ungava Bay.
Ooh.
And they set off for a rescue in Puck's de Havilland Otter. That's an airplane.
Yeah, that's also an airplane.
It's an airplane. A lot of airplane shit. We get a brief interlude for some fucking reason where Loki stands before a tribunal of hulking figures that we're told he considers gods. Like, these are the gods.
Yeah.
You know how they say like certain guys are like the comedian's comedian. Like Andy Kindler. He's the comedian's comedian.
Right. Yeah.
These are the gods.
Like, if you and I saw these gods, we wouldn't think they were that funny.
Yeah, we'd be like, I don't
if we
really get it.
If we knew what being a god really entailed, they're
We'd
fucking
be laughing
hilarious.
our asses off.
They're doing like
gods.
anti-god stuff.
They're sort of commenting about like, what if I was a god that was like this? So he's trying to strike some kind of deal with them, proving to them that he's humble enough to show compassion to the people of Midgard. I don't appreciate being called Midgard.
I kind of like it.
You like it?
Yeah, we're not Logard.
All right, if you say so.
Better than fucking Logard.
What's Logard? New Jersey? All right. He's done a good deed for them, the panel acknowledges, but still needs to prove that he did it for selfless reasons. We don't know what the fuck that means.
Yeah, but apparently he's done a good deed for the people of Earth.
Which it seems like...
But maybe not selflessly.
And it seems like he did that in another comic. I don't think they're referring to the thing he's doing now yet.
Okay. Interesting.
Because he's asking for something that we never find out. So I'm assuming he asked in another comic, did something in that other comic, and it wasn't enough. I'm guessing there was a lot of Thor crossovers this month.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Loki's frustrated with the judgment, as Loki is with all things ever, but he sets out to try to meet their demands. You know, that's the thing. All right. So Loki's a character like this where, like, okay, occasionally he gets these moments of being cool, but generally he's just a guy who's whining about shit all the time. Makes it hard to know why you're supposed to like Loki. But I bring this up because I think at this point in time, how can anybody... This is what Rachel Summers is. How can anybody like Rachel Summers at this point? All she's done so far in every appearance is freak out, cry, scream, run, attack people for no reason. You know, like,
I imagine she's a fun hang, like, between the panels.
But right. So maybe I get why the X-Men like her. We could guess that. But if you are a reader at this point in time, there's no reason to like this character. Like, this is her very beginnings, and she has done nothing to ingratiate readers to her at this point. You know?
Yeah. I think we are supposed to sympathize with her. I think we're supposed to see, like, a person who's been through tragedy on a scale that we can't really understand, and just feel bad for her and hope she figures it out.
I agree, but yeah, it's hard for a character whose entire personality is trauma to be enjoyable.
Well, it's until you get down with them, until it's time to party.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, then they fucking break loose, right? All right, scouting ahead, Rogue and Northstar share an initially tense exchange, which calms as Rogue lectures him on arrogance and privilege. She's like taunting him. She's kind of like, hey, just so you know, I know your secrets. It was pretty weird being in your head.
To me, it seemed like what she was saying was like, hey, you're like famous. Why do you have all this internal pain? Like, what do you have to complain about?
She does say that, yes.
And I guess in the comic itself, she's not allowed to say you're gay. But what I'm confused about is, does she understand his sexuality here, or is she, and this isn't the last we'll deal with it, is she just confused about what's going on in there? Is she like,
she's like, I saw having sex with a man, but that must have been an accident.
Maybe that's where my memories are coming in. No, because she can't have sex with him.
Yeah, right. Right. And she wouldn't do it that way.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So she's smiling at him, and she's like, you forget, back in the hospital, I was you. It was quite an experience. I know. I saw every memory.
Yeah, it is.
She's like,
not to digress too much, but it really is fascinating how not being able to mention that someone is gay kind of obscures the story that's being told here.
Yes.
It's a very obvious thing, but it's crazy.
He's mad, but he has to let it go like right away because he can't address it. He's like, you had no right. And she's like, I had no choice. And then she starts lecturing him about being arrogant and having all this privilege. And he's like, you don't understand, which is basically what he says to everybody all the time.
About everything.
So this is all interrupted when he notices she's chewing on a piece of fresh hay that she found growing nearby in the middle of a frozen tundra, which she didn't think was weird. Which we'll get to. We'll have to revisit that in a second, too. The team brings the plane down in a big, summery, grassy field as Snowbird's condition worsens, and Shaman starts to notice his magics aren't as powerful as he'd expect. This is where it's weird that she didn't notice it was weird, because ahead of them stands a sprawling golden fortress with high, colorful spires, intricately decorated with color and whimsy. You didn't think that was weird, Rogue?
Yeah, first of all, why did you just pick a piece of hay and then leave and not say anything about it?
And you know you're looking for something weird up here.
Yeah.
That's why you're here. What do you think you're doing?
I mean, I guess that part is not Rogue's specialty, right? She's more action than recon.
Right. She's not here for her intelligence.
Oh, yeah, I didn't say that.
but it's not. She's not a dumb person. She's a smart person. So, like, I know it's bizarre. It's bizarre. It's all bizarre. A man in a space age hooded cape and armor runs from the entrance to greet them. It's Scott. He welcomes them to paradise, proclaiming a miracle and inviting them inside. All. What's weird about this, Pat? He's got no glasses on.
Whoa.
He's got bright blue eyes.
Look at the baby blues.
He has complete control over his powers and brings them into the fortress to show them how. Meanwhile, Rachel broods as to whether or not she should tell Scott she's his daughter from the future. Again, it's not that I don't understand. It's just like, that's all you have right now, dude. That's all you are. All you are is a series of bad emotions about stuff.
Yeah.
So, it's so funny. Scott has such bad taste in clothes outside of like whenever he goes on vacation. Like, he finds these gaudy Ren Fair outfits to put on. Like, first of all, when they went to Archon's house, he wore a crazy outfit. When they went to the real Shi'ar Empire, he wore a crazy outfit. When they went to that fake brood Shi'ar Empire in their heads, he wore a crazy outfit. When he went to Magneto's Cthulhu Island, he wore a crazy outfit.
Any fucking excuse, this guy.
He just wears these big, usually with a giant cape, usually with two big like clasps on the front. Like, what is, dude? Let your freak flag fly, I guess, but man, it's fucking tacky.
It's not a good look, man.
So inside the fortress is just as decadent as Madeline, also wearing space age clothing and a helmet. She's calling herself Anodyne now. What does that mean, Pat? That's a word that I've heard 1,000 times, and I don't know what it means. Let's look it up real quick. Capable of soothing or eliminating pain, relaxing. But there's got to be a contextual thing, because you probably can't be like, I'm putting on an anodyne band-aid, or I'm going to go take an anodyne bath. It's got to be more like...
Why not?
Like, oh, this anodyne countryside helps relieve all the stress, right?
mutantmenacepod@gmail.com. Can you use the word anodyne in a sentence, please?
To describe Tylenol. She promises she can heal everyone and starts with Puck. She grabs his hand. They're both enveloped in a painless flame, and suddenly the pain of Puck's dwarfism is gone. How did you interpret this, Pat?
Read the next sentence and then ask.
Not only that, but he grows 6 feet tall.
So I, at first, was like, oh, what a cool, tasteful way to deal with this, where Puck doesn't need to be healed of his stature. He needs to be healed of the pain from the condition that causes his stature. So at first, he relieves his pain and he's like, wow, I felt better than I've ever felt in my life. This is terrific. And then he also just grows out of his dwarfism, which, I mean, if you're healing a condition, yes, I suppose that would be, but you don't have to do that. Like, it sucks when you always see people with a disability in comics get healed of it as if that is the the only option for them. Like,
Right.
Puck is an incredibly powerful, 3 to 4 foot
Capable,
man.
smart, well experienced.
Yeah. And like, he's not physically limited by his height. There's not.
Yeah, he kicks ass.
So again, it makes sense that they're healing a condition that he has, so it goes away. But at the same time, you could have left it where it was. I don't think folks would have. Well, maybe they would have questioned it. I don't know. People ask a lot of questions.
She also heals his cauliflower ear, which is nice. But
No.
So let's. She says, Puck, dwarfism is a disease, and in your case, a terrible curse. And he thinks, how can she know? Just without me implying anything else, how do you take that?
Like, it's all pity, which is,
Right.
I think, what I'm getting at is, like, it's all, oh, isn't this terrible? Don't you wish you weren't the person you are right now?
Okay, so I'm going to imply a little more because I don't think I'm getting exactly what I need from you here.
Okay.
When she uses the word curse, and when she says in your case a terrible curse, and he says, how can you know? What does she mean?
Just tell me, because I'm not getting there.
I know I don't need you to get anywhere. You just take that as metaphorical. Do you think there's absolutely no way a person could read that and say, oh, Puck doesn't have dwarfism, he's got a curse on him?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that it's not actually a physical disability. It is
like a magical curse or something. Like,
yeah,
that would be insane to believe that when you read that line. That's how you take it?
I don't think it would be insane to read it that way. That's not how I read it. But
okay.
Again, people ask a lot of questions.
All right. Let's move on then. Next is Sasquatch, who's pretty sure his mindless rage is gone, followed by Aurora, who finds her two personalities perfectly merged and her thoughts clear for the first time she can remember. We also see the rest of the flight's passenger and crew all alive and wearing the same sort of funky regalia.
Yeah, everybody from the flight is alive, and they're all wearing clothing as tacky as Scott's. There's also there's a new thing they're doing here where Scott starts it, and then everybody just goes with it, where they're calling the members of Alpha Flight Alphans. ALPHANS.
I believe Heather has done that in Alpha Flight, but also it sucks.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, it's no good. I hate it so much.
Just say Alpha Flight members.
Yeah. It's actually quicker. It's actually quicker because it doesn't make you stop and throw up.
But yeah.
Shavin immediately thinks of Snowbird to be healed next, but notices she's not here. Nor is she back on the plane.
Oh no.
Wolverine rushes out to track her, followed by Pathfinder, the navigator from the plane, and Boyd Wilson, who now has dominion over the entire animal kingdom. He's called Beastmaster.
Okay.
Why does she get the name Anodyne and everyone else's names are like Earth Mover, Beastmaster, Pathfinder, Brawler?
I imagine they named themselves, and Madeline's just a little more tasteful about it.
Even with all their powers, Snowbird is proving tough to track, as if she doesn't want to be found. Meanwhile, we meet a few of the other passengers from Scott's flight and their new powers. Carla is now cornucopia. She can produce any food and clothing she imagines it will. So all these bad clothes are her fault.
Yeah.
Paul, the architect, can now assemble buildings with a thought. He built this whole fortress. Moreau, the mysterious Frenchman, is some sort of elite brawler now named Brawler. And Sam, who now holds all human knowledge of the written word in his head. I didn't catch what his name is. It's probably something
Sam.
Like Bookman. Bookful. He calls himself a living library, but not the living library. Rogue gets healed and can control her powers, proving it by planting a kiss on Northstar to his dismay.
So I think this tracks with my theory that
she
Rogue
doesn't know.
just doesn't know what a gay person is, saw this and was like, that's weird. Anyway, I kind of like this guy.
Yeah, she's like, I'm suddenly picturing. When I touched North Star earlier, I suddenly started picturing a bunch of naked men. I must really be horned up for North Star.
Yeah. Now it's all I can think about. Naked men, naked men, naked men.
In a separate room, Xavier catches up with Scott and Madeline, and with their permission, probes their minds for a better understanding. They're not being controlled, and as far as they know, everything they've told the X-Men is true. But wait! There's another presence here, a third mind that can't quite be seen, because Madeline is pregnant!
Whoa!
And Professor X just fucking says it out loud.
Yeah.
Dude, that is so deeply uncool.
Unethical.
Yeah, don't
Let
do
her
this.
tell. She just found out herself.
Yeah, she blushes so hard here.
It's control. It's intentional on his part. It is to control the conversation so that he can be the one giving Scott good news.
Yes.
This
guy. Kitty and Rachel, who I guess were watching from the wings, overhear it, and Rachel freaks out. She was supposed to be Scott's firstborn, but this will be a boy. Does she just not exist here?
Now, I think she's right to freak out about this. I think this is okay to get really upset about. Like, do I not exist? When I was a kid, I remember this is a core memory of mine. When I was like, I don't know, 7, 8 years old, I burst out in tears, and my dad couldn't figure out why until I was calm enough to explain that I was so upset by what I considered to be the fact that there are endless versions of me in other universes. I was like, I like being me. I don't want anybody else to be me. And my dad, who was not a comic book guy, actually did a pretty good job of being like, well, that is you. In that alternate universe, that's still you being you. Like, these are all you, and you are the one experiencing all of these. It's just you're the one in this timeline. And I was like,
wow, Pat.
Okay.
This is
haven't
why
cried
we're
about
friends.
it since.
This is why we're friends. I had so many similar existential terror experiences as a kid where I was just like, how do I even know I'm real? How do I even know I exist? And then just like start fucking freaking out.
It's fun when the only thing you know to do about it is cry.
I'd be like, I'm the only person who I can know my experience of. So how do I know that every other person in the world isn't switching every day? How do I know that they're not all like aliens and doing some sort of weird experiment on me?
What if somebody's dreaming powerfully enough to give me my own sense of consciousness?
Right. Yeah. These kids, terrifying kid thoughts. Meanwhile, the rest of the party is brought to the miracle chamber where everyone got their new powers. A fountain of light pours from the sky like a waterfall, seemingly endless from top to bottom. It's called the fire fountain.
Yeah. And just to clarify, sometimes it's that, sometimes it is horizontal and they walk on it.
Yeah. Heather, feeling called by it, walks into the fountain and emerges 7 feet tall in Valkyrie armor. Her new power, as far as she can tell, is to lead. I've got super lead powers.
This is just like when Sasquatch comes out and he's like, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to rage the next time I transform.
How do you know that? What are you talking about?
Oh, I can feel it in my brain. I have the power to lead.
She takes her late husband's mantle, calling herself Guardian. Everyone starts to realize what this all could mean. The end of famine, disease, homelessness, lack of lead. But that's interrupted when they notice that Shaman's in danger. Dozens of demons are pouring out of his medicine bag and attacking him. Northstar and Aurora work together to dash the bag out into the middle of nowhere as the demons follow it. But back at the fortress, Madeline's powers seem to be unable to heal the damage Shaman took. Michael, 2 young men, is dying. So it seems that the fire fountain only affects humans. It won't affect mutants because mutants already
Right.
have powers.
Yeah. Scott's eyes were healed by Madeline, not by the fountain.
Correct. So why not Puck? Puck's just straight up human.
Why didn't call the Puck?
Yeah, why didn't Puck?
I guess he's not. I guess he's not a regular human.
I think he is. I think he is. Okay, well,
then you answer the question.
and how does the fire fountain distinguish between like Sasquatch, who's totally human? It's like, yeah, but he has some gamma in him.
Yeah, I guess it's just powers. If you have powers.
But Puck doesn't have powers.
Imagine if you were one of the mutants that could just like grow your hair fast or something.
You're like, fuck.
And you're like, oh, I get nothing out of this deal.
So, I mean, unless they're saying like Usain Bolt wouldn't get granted powers because he's a super fast guy. Like that's what Puck is. He's just a guy who's really good at shit.
Yeah, he's just very agile, but not superhumanly so.
No. If I worked hard enough, I could turn myself into a wheel. And I can, and I do every day.
Yeah, but do you go faster and faster as you spin?
When I go downhill.
Oh.
Or when there's a lot of snow, and then I end up in a big snowball.
All right, Matt. Anything else about X-Men and Alpha Flight number 1, The Gift? Or should we move on to X-Men and Alpha Flight number 2, The Gift Part 2?
I just hope that in the next one, Rogue doesn't continue taunting North Star about the fact that he's gay by doing weird romantic stuff at him.
I hope not as well, Matt.
But also, we didn't really talk about this. It's Paul Smith is back, which rules.
Paul Smith is back.
His art has been so good in this. It's
yeah.
He is the best X-Men artist. I think.
Refreshing. He's very good. This was written by Chris Claremont. Paul Smith pencils, of course, Bob Wyacek and Friends inkers. Tom Warzakowski, letterer, Bob Sharon, colorist, Ann Nocenti and Denny O'Neil, editors, Tin Cooter, editor-in-chief, based on a premise by Tin Cooter, Ann Nocenti, and Denny O'Neil.
Weird. My copy, it's just smudged. I can't see that. Yeah. It's just a big smudge.
But we were way off. It's Tin Cooter.
Oh, yeah. It's just smudged in my copy.
Talisman. Remember her?
Yeah. Her power is to make magic go away.
Makes her way through the cavernous underground of the Magic City, looking for Kitty, who in turn is looking for Rachel.
And Chris
I don't
Claremont
think we even mentioned, but Talisman is also here.
Chris Claremont is digging at John Byrne here, and doing a thing that I love when female characters do when they comment on how impractical their outfits are. She's like, I look keen, but I can't get around in this fucking thing. And John Byrne is reading this, and he's like, I knew we would do this. I knew we would do this.
She's got a great fucking outfit.
I knew we would do this. This is why I said, don't let him have my characters, because he knew he would fucking do this. Does it every time.
So, before Talisman finds Kitty and Rachel, she finds a few other things. First, Paul Dominic's sketchbook from the plane. But after his brilliant architectural designs, the drawings devolve into children's level scratches.
Not only is it just like the rectangular houses with a triangle roof, he draws a little cat.
Yeah, he's like a dad waving high from the door.
Like, why are you doing that? You know that's not why you're drawing. Like, you know you're trying to draw architecture stuff. Why are you drawing cats and dads?
Next, she finds a Viking city immaculately preserved and buried underground. And finally, a rune stone with runic writing on it.
Oh.
When they
And she
find
does
Rachel,
it's very much like okay, a couple things. Kitty Pryde keeps calling her Beth. You don't know her. Chill out. Her name is Elizabeth. You don't know
you can
her.
call me Talisman.
Not my name. Not a nickname for my name that I never use. My name
Also,
is
I'm a
Talisman.
doctor.
I'm
So
Talisman to you. So what the thing, she's an archaeologist, archaeology student, and it's just like scientists in the Marvel universe. She's like, I'll take this back so I can translate it. You can translate runic? You were studying indigenous Canadian, like North American cultures last we saw you, and now you can translate runic?
when they finally find Rachel, she's still flipping out, but as they talk her through it, the stone around them starts to collapse. Using Kitty and Rachel's powers,
That's impossible. Talisman's like, that's impossible. This is geologically, the structure's geologically stable.
yeah, there's no fault lines here. Using Kitty and Rachel's powers, they escape, certainly not Talisman's powers. They escape and make their way to the fire fountain. Although when Talisman touches it, it disappears and throws her and Rachel into the cliffside like Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, like human-shaped holes in the wall that they have to pry themselves out of.
All this makes them just a bit suspicious of the new god people, and they decide to go back and figure it all out. In their haste, though, they leave Paul Dominic's sketchbook behind.
Can't leave the sketchbook behind.
Back in the Citadel or whatever, Madeline, aka Anodyne, pauses her celebration with Scott to check on Earthmover. Who's straining her powers and tells her she's worried about something.
Wait
this
a minute.
Is the geologist. We didn't see her earlier, but the geologist is now Earthmover.
And she's wearing like a Red Ronin helmet. Like the character Red Ronin.
Yeah.
So wait, Pat.
Yeah.
You're telling me that they just had a geologically stable cavern collapse on them.
Yeah.
And Earthmover is up here sweating and looking like she's concentrating really hard on something?
Yes. Have you not been listening?
And her name is Earthmover. I just think it's strange. I just think that's a strange coincidence. I think that's a weird coincidence.
Okay. Well, now you just repeated it for all the listeners. I'm sure they really enjoyed that.
Well, I wanted them to know what a weird coincidence it was.
Anodyne disappears. Next, we see her. She's standing over Wolverine just as Kitty is about to go tell him that she's suspicious of these god people. After Maddie leaves, Kitty rushes in and Logan tells her that Maddie burned the berserker rage out of him.
Whoa.
But he agrees that something's weird. He realizes he can't remember what happened when he went with Beastmaster and Pathfinder to look for Snowbird.
Like, yeah, he's like, I went looking and, I don't know.
Not sure what happened. Kitty posits that he was using his animalistic side, which might have allowed Beastmaster to control him.
Whoa, don't act like an animal around Beastmaster. He can control you. Don't eat your food with your hands or Beastmaster start controlling you.
But, Logan counters, now that Anodyne's healed his mind, he'll be immune to the Beastmaster's power, which gives him an advantage.
Wow.
Yeah,
this is all very spurious.
Logic is a little shaky, but okay. They summon...
There's a moment a little earlier where when they're in the Citadel or whatever, and Aurora is like talking to Cornucopia, and she's like, I can't believe these clothes you've made us. These are the loveliest clothes I've ever worn. She's still wearing her own fucking costume.
She's just complimenting herself.
She's just like, oh, you can make clothes? Cool. Well, this is the best costume I've ever worn.
Or she's waiting for Cornucopia to be like, oh, I didn't make that. And she'd be like, oh, that's right. I made this beautiful costume that's the best I ever wore. They summon Aurora so she can fly Logan around as he tracks his own scent, and it leads him to the valley where the twins threw Shaman's medicine pouch, now full of monsters and demons that have escaped it. It's here that he scents Snowbird, and he finds her curled up and dying in a cave. She tells him to leave her, but he assures her it's not her time. Just then, Beastmaster and Pathfinder converge on the cave. This new world has no place for people like Snowbird and Shaman. They want Wolverine to just walk away. But this is Wolverine, and he's got Lockheed with him. They're not going to just walk away.
Wolverine and Lockheed just being like, all right, fine.
It's fine, killer.
Yeah, it looks pretty badass. It's Paul Smith drawing Wolverine standing there with Lockheed on his arm, and he's like, you got to go through the dragon and me.
It's so good.
Fuck, man.
Meanwhile, all the X-Men and God people celebrate their new powers and healed ailments, but worry about Shaman and Snowbird, and Heather wonders if she's lost something in her transformation.
Also, Rogue makes North Star dance with her, and North Star's like, no. And then Walter makes fun of him. Like, he won't even be
what's the matter? You don't like girls?
Yeah, and he's like, yes, I'll dance with you. And she's like, good.
See, you're taking it as in a taunting tone. I think she's like, phew, thank God he wants to. I was worried there that he didn't actually like me romantically.
I think that she's doing like being playfully taunting. I don't think she's like being homophobic. I think she's well, I mean, I think she is, but I don't think she's being like hateful. I think she's being like, hey, come on, this is not threatening to you because you're gay. So just dance with me because I want somebody to dance with. Like, I think she's being just kind of like weird about it and not
sure. Or completely oblivious to it.
One of the two, either. mutantmenacepod@gmail.com. Which one is it? There's a lot of evidence for both, and they're all the same evidence.
Talisman takes the runestone she found to Sam Ross in his big crazy library. Why does he have a big crazy library if all of the written word is stored in his head?
Yeah, did he just sit down and write all of these and write it all into books just so fast?
Yeah, there's nobody here that.
So give me another one. Give me another. Like fucking Will making the drawings in Stranger Things season 2 or whatever. Just like, give me another piece of paper. Give me another piece of paper.
He discovers something strange. It's a dedication stone to the cult deity of the Viking town.
That's not strange.
But it's not Thor or Odin. Okay. It's Loki.
What?
Whoa, this must be why we saw him last issue.
Who would dedicate? That's so funny, though. Yeah, we haven't seen Loki again. We like if you're reading this, you have no idea.
Well, cut to Loki, super pissed that his plan is unraveling. Cut back to Wolverine bursting into the feast hall.
Like 4 panels.
Cut back to Wolverine bursting into the feast hall. He's bloody, torn up, and he has Pathfinder draped over his shoulders.
Oh, it's so cool.
He throws the man barely alive on the table and tells them all that he killed Beastmaster before revealing a bundle he's been dragging behind him. It's Snowbird dying rapidly.
It's a really great Paul Smith sequence where he's at the door and it's a bunch of small panels and throws Pathfinder on the table, grabs water, swigs it down, cuts the straps off his chest, puts the bundle on the table, unwraps it. It's Snowbird. He pours the water on his own head. He wipes the blood off of his forehead, hands the water jug to Sam. It's like this thing that Paul Smith can do where he takes these very small moments and makes them feel like every movement feels dramatic, the way that a great animator does. Like when you're watching a Studio Ghibli movie and every tiny little movement that a person makes, you're like in awe because like how did
it's
they
all so calculated.
And it's the same thing here with Paul Smith, where every move Wolverine makes, there's an emotion in it, even when it's just, I'm rubbing my brow.
Yeah. Wolverine has figured it all out. This fire fountain that gave them their powers is magic, but it's powering itself by sucking the magic out of the rest of the world.
This fire festival's a scam!
Sam Ross confirms this. The cost of their gift, which could end all human suffering, is the lives of all magical beings.
I wrote that weird, but like what I mean, I hope it's clear, is like you have to. They're gonna. The only way for them to keep these powers is if all magical people die.
Yeah. Essentially, all magic is in the world is going to be focused on allowing them to end famine and disease and pestilence, but I guess not pestilence, right? That could still happen. None of them have a bug power.
You don't know that.
Oh, I guess no, it's the Beastmaster. He could stop the locusts.
But he's dead.
You're right.
Remember,
Shit,
he's dead. Damn it, Wolverine! Now we're gonna get pestilenced.
But apparently, if somebody is a magic being, they mentioned Doctor Strange specifically, and they meant somebody that would die if this happened.
And Kitty mentions Ileana Rasputin because she's standing up to Colossus. Rachel and Colossus are like, hey,
they're like, this is worth it. We're saving the world.
Right. And then North Star and Kitty are like, at the cost of our fucking friends, dude.
Yeah. And Kitty's like, at the cost of your little sister.
And he just gives her a side eye. And then others like Wolverine and Xavier are like, look, you don't get to make this fucking choice for everybody. You get to make this choice.
Yeah, that I think is the most salient point here. Is just like, who the fuck are we to decide who lives and dies?
Which is Wolverine's point all the time, right? Wolverine makes this point all the time where somebody's like, but I like. It's like, okay, well, the world's going to explode. And somebody's like, well, I hate the world and I want to kill it. And Wolverine's like, hey, that's your right. You can hate the world and try to kill it, but you can't decide that everybody else wants the world dead too.
Yeah.
Which is fucking so... He's got this really consistent and complex, but also so simple morality. I fucking love Wolverine! God damn it!
Matt, if I didn't know better, I'd say you love Wolverine.
He's so good in this era, right?
So these two groups absolutely. These two groups face each other down, ready to fight. And of course, Cyclops strikes first, taking down Colossus, Sasquatch, and Brawler. Is that supposed to be
Brawler, Bruiser? And I forget.
Brawler in one blast. He's
the Ash Ketchum of the fucking... He's the Ash Ketchum of the Marvel Universe.
Oh, we disagree? Punch!
Exactly. This situation seems tense. Punch!
This turns into an all-out brawl with one side trying to get to the fire fountain and the other side trying to stop them. Eventually, North Star and Talisman make it through but are stopped mere yards from the flame by Paul Dominic, who builds a dome around them.
North Star is like, well, because Talisman's like, we can't let him do this. And North Star's like, hey, just chill for a second. This guy sucks, first of all. And second of all, you can negate magic stuff. We can get out of here at any second. So let's just chill for 1 second. We're not actually trapped. This guy's an idiot.
Yes, yeah. He is. Through this arc, I started, because so far he's just been kind of like a bitchy,
kind of a dip noise
jerk. Yeah. And through this arc, I was like, oh man, this guy's got depth. This is this is a side we haven't seen.
I love North Star. I sometimes I think I love North Star just because of how cool he looks. He's like always wearing cool outfits, and I like his costume so much.
Sure,
but other time,
but sure. It's crazy that this is where we're gonna fissure.
Is that I like North Star because of his depth of character. I like North Star because of his cool costume.
Yeah. This is our schism.
Our podcast breaks up.
I'll call mine Pat and the Mutant Menace.
Mutant Madness.
Aurora arrives seconds later and happens to find Paul's sketchbook.
Chekhov's sketchbook.
Yeah. Why did we need a character to lose it? I guess just to give us a few extra minutes of confusion.
I guess otherwise the fight wouldn't have happened, right? Because they would have resolved it.
Sure, they would have gotten to this point.
Next
when
part.
Paul sees the sketchbook, he goes nuts and hurls it into the chasm below. He's devastated because as his power to build things grew, his creativity to invent new designs faded. And this is what he valued most in the world, his creativity. The gang makes a huge logical leap here that one of the pieces of magic that the fire fountain is sapping from the world is the magic of human creativity. It's taking away, Matt, each of our inner magic.
I get why you would make fun of this, and you're not wrong. But I think that is the key.
You don't need a butt.
I do. I do for lots of reasons.
Oh yeah, all right.
But
you got me.
Like a
Yeah.
human butt. No, but I
concede.
The real thing I want to say is no, I think this is the key to why this story works on a thematic level. And we'll talk about it later, but I think like without this kind of corny conceit, I think this story is way too surface level.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. It's super corny because they use the words inner magic.
Yeah.
But yes, this is, if you can get over that hump, it really pulls the rest of the story together.
Right. Because again, up until then, the conflict here is, do we let magic people die in order to save the world? And now the conflict suddenly becomes, do we allow humans to have free will? And is safety and wellness and order worth giving up? Worth humanity, right? And that is the constant discussion about fascism, right? And I mean that even filters into the discussion about AI, right? But all right.
Well, it's kind of funny that you put that you took that position and applied it to AI, because obviously they quickly rush back to the rest, still mid-fight, and tell them what they found. But before everyone can fully absorb it, Loki shows up and tells them exactly that. Is human creativity really worth the suffering of all humanity? So, am I right? I mean, in this instance, Loki represents the people behind AI, saying like, why won't you just accept my gift that makes everything better at the price of human creativity?
Right.
Or I'm doing you a good deed. You need to accept. And like, we know that the conflict he's come across, whatever it is that he's after, he can't get because he's doing good deeds, but he's not doing them selflessly. I think that encapsulates AI perfectly. They think that they're doing something great for the world. It's absolutely not worth the cost, but they are their minds are boggled and they're yelling at us because
we're trying to be selfless here. And it's like, we know they're not. They might not know they're not. Like, I think some of them know they're not, right? But I think the dudes who will yell at you on not Blue Sky. Well, I guess sometimes on Blue Sky.
Sometimes Blue Sky.
But the dudes who will yell at you on,
I imagine Twitter
or Threads or whatever, will be, some of them think that they are like, no, this is actually good for people. This is going to be good. And whoever, like, here's how delusional they are. So not to get way too off subject here, but like there was that ad, there was that bus ad that was like, stop hiring humans. The idea that somebody thought that ad campaign wasn't going to make everyone furious means that they have just completely lost. Like it doesn't. It's like they don't realize that that's evil. You know what I mean? They do think that that's somehow good.
So the thing that every tech leader or CEO or whatever constantly prepares themselves for is, nobody's going to like it. I'm going to make a very important decision. Nobody's going to like it, but they'll get used to it and then realize that they love it.
Right.
Like that's every feature that your favorite app puts out, all the way up to
Windows updates, iPhone changes. Yes.
The tech leader is always in his head saying, no, the people are wrong about this. They just haven't, they just don't understand it yet.
Right.
Sorry, makes me so mad. Just the concept.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's horrible. But that's also fascism, right? That is what fascism. That is why big tech is now holding hands with fascism, because it's that same sort of thing. It's, look, I know what's best for you. You think you should decide, but you're too dumb. You're too dumb to decide. We're smarter than you. We know what's best for you. And what's best for you often involves killing entire ethnicities.
Yeah.
But even if it didn't, it's like what they're saying here is what like Wolverine's point is. It's like, it doesn't fucking matter if you're right. We can't make that decision. Us 15 people, I guess there's like 25 in that room.
Sure, at this point there's 3 teams.
We can't make the decision for all people. And Loki, who is a fascist, is like, why not?
That's Loki's motivation, right? Like, this is almost word for word what he says in the Avengers movie, right? Where he's the major villain, where he's saying, like, people don't actually want freedom. Making choices is tough. Let me make those choices for you, and you can just be dumb and happy all the time.
And a lot of people believe that. Like, that's not just a supervillain premise. That is a real world thing that people think and argue all the time and have for thousands of years.
Just not in quite so bold terms. They don't often say, don't you hate freedom?
Well, I don't know. Sometimes they do, right?
Cyclops notes a completely tangential point here, that if mutants don't get these gifts, then mutants will still be outcasts because they'll be the only ones who still have creativity.
But buddy,
classic Scott,
fucking
being
keep
an
up.
ally, realizing that this is actually going to affect him and that he should do something.
Buddy, the conversation is so much deeper than that. Keep up. Keep up.
Like, where do I stand in all of this?
Right.
Well, hang on a second.
The people arguing about democracy and somebody saying, and if we open up the school for people to vote at, then the kids won't be able to go to school that day. So probably we shouldn't do democracy.
My kids won't be able to go to school.
Yeah, true. I just think there's something so funny. You're right that he's making the selfish argument, but also there's something so fucking funny about it being such a deeply dumber argument than everybody else is having.
Yeah. He also makes a more salient point, though. A gift isn't a gift if it's not freely taken as well as given.
Okay, now you're back on our level, buddy.
So, Loki, considering this, sicks a bunch of giants on everyone.
Counterpoint. Cyclops is so well characterized here. He calls Loki Mr.
Yeah, he does. To a god, to a literal god.
Love a good Cyclops, Scott Summers Mr.
Listen here, mister. During a big giant fight, Rogue tries to steal Loki's powers, but it's too much. Pathfinder regains his morality and helps Shaman and Snowbird escape the crumbling citadel or whatever. Anodyne rejects her powers, and Sam Ross gets batted over the mountains by a giant with a home run swing, Matt.
Yeah,
I guarantee.
Like, bam!
Looking at this picture, the reference is for a Major League Baseball player, the follow through of their swing after hitting a home run.
Yeah,
It is that exact stance.
So good.
Northstar rushes Anodyne to Sam's side, and she tries to heal him, but Loki pops up like, hey, you rejected your powers. Remember, I can give them back, but You have to promise me you will stop defying me. He's got her there.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
reluctantly and tearfully agrees for the sake of Sam and her unborn child. After she heals Sam, Loki takes her back to gloat, but suddenly the gods who live above in shadow, that was the name of that.
Oh yeah, those guys.
The gods.
The gods are the gods who live above in shadow and the Kindler.
They go, look, dude, this is not what we meant by doing things selflessly. Fucking stop it. We deny your petition. And also, if you ever fuck with these guys again, we will end you.
It's such that rules. It rules that they did that.
Yeah. They came in and they were like, did you hear what Cyclops said?
And it's not. They'll be the only ones with creativity, and they'll be outcast still.
No, about the gift freely given.
So, I mean, it's like they're not allies of the mutants or whatever. They're just like, I don't like to see a guy being a real dick. Is like their whole point.
Yeah.
It's like, you're just being a real dick, and we don't like big dicks. Well, all right. Hold on, let me take that again.
We don't know that part.
Yeah.
About the gods who live above in shadow. So Loki, as instructed, promises to stop fucking with them, but also takes all their powers back and the things that they did with their powers. So right back to square one, where we started the comic.
Wolverine's like, I'm crazy again. Well, I'm crazy again.
Cyclops has his brain damage back. Puck is small again. Rogue's powers are back to normal. And Wolverine, Sasquatch, and Aurora are all mentally unwell again. Loki's like,
looks like I'm crazy again.
Loki's like, one last time, I can give it all back.
Yes.
And Puck's like, nope, fuck off.
Yeah, he does. He speaks for everyone. He's like,
yeah,
hey, do us a favor and take off. Puck rolls. Puck rolls. Wolverine rolls. These guys roll. North Star rolls. I like the X-Men.
Well, some of those are Alphans.
Don't tell me.
Loki disappears and Shaman and Snowbird are back to normal. Everything is back to normal. Even North Star, who flies off again rather than going back with the team.
Yeah. He was like, it doesn't make sense why he was here to begin with. And Claremont like kind of addresses that at the end. He's like, I was here because somebody needed help and whatever. There's no reason for me to hang out with you idiots. Bye. It's like, didn't you say that to them just like months ago? Whatever. It's cool. It's cool. I like North Star. It doesn't matter.
The only thing wrong
He
now.
can't do anything wrong. He's my perfect angel.
The only thing wrong now is that Rachel is missing. Cyclops heads back into the crumbling citadel or whatever to find her, and she wonders if she should tell him about their connection. He asks a bit about her future and tells her she reminds him a bit of someone, the love of his life, Jean Grey. She decides not to tell him, and they head back to the airplane.
Okay.
Left behind where Cyclops found Rachel, though, is a single red rose, a monument to human creativity. The end.
She can do that? She can just make a rose?
Oh, I thought that was like the symbolism.
So she was bending over it, and there's like a glow where her hand. She's bending down, and there's a glow where her hands are. And then he comes and talks to her, and whatever. It's all emotional. And then they walk away, and then it cuts back to the spot where she was bending down. And there's a rose.
There's a rose growing.
That's glowing the same color as her hands were.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. I think there's... God, I can't get over... I'm crazy again. I've been thinking about it nonstop. What a line!
There's one really funny moment during the giant fight.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Walter who he punches one of the giants real hard or whatever, and Rogue, seeing it, says, "You think that's something, Fuzzy? Watch this." And she zaps up to try to take Loki's power and
Yeah.
just gets clobbered. Like she
Yeah, just
finds him come flying back into the snow.
So I think there is we already talked a lot about this moral, and we talked about it in terms of fascism, but I also think and AI, but I think it's also there's also an atheistic, like humanistic moral here, right? It's this idea of like, well, yeah, you could have this perfect idyllic heaven existence, right? You could live in peace and harmony forever. You just have to submit your will over to this other power, this magical force, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like, well, no, we're humans. We're being a human is worth it, right? And we're gonna fuck up trying to make this perfect reality without these powers. We're not gonna do a good job. But that's like part of it, right? Like that is part of being a human, is that we have the ability to try and we have the creativity to think of these ways, and it is
Yeah.
more worthwhile to do that than to allow everything that is interesting about being a human to be taken from us just for this. It's the same. I think about it as the same as like the moral of Philip Pullman's His Dark Materials books, right? It's
Okay.
like it's this idea of like we can still try and build heaven on earth. It is not worth giving up all the things that make life worth living.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Deep stuff.
What was your thought about these?
I thought this was fucking cool.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's very like it is a little high-minded, right? But
Mhm.
it is fun. It's I don't know if you mentioned, but both of these are like triple size issues. These things are fucking
Yeah, they're
huge. And it didn't feel like a slog to read through. It was really
No.
an engaging story. It kept turning, if you haven't noticed by the length of our recaps. Like there's so much stuff packed in here, and for the most part it's cohesive.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I think as like you said, as deep as it is, it's also just so fucking fun. And the art is beautiful. Paul Smith,
Yes.
god damn it.
Yeah, it's such a shame that he doesn't stick around for longer.
I know.
Unless he comes back, I don't know, maybe.
It's the sort of thing where I'll say no, he doesn't, and then he will,
And then
I'll
he
be
does
in,
next week.
Yeah, this is like Toad all over again.
Yeah.
Hey, we haven't seen Toad in a really,
we're never
really
gonna
long
see again, right?
We'll see him in the 90s. All right, wait, okay. Couple questions. Number one,
Yeah.
why did Heather join the bad guys? Like, I know she had the powers or whatever, but that's not Heather's personality. Heather would not have been on that side of things, right?
I guess they tried to paint her. So okay, here's where I think they were trying to go with Heather was up top. And this isn't uncommon, but they gave her a lot about like, I'm just some lady. Why am I leading Alpha Flight? Like, what is it that gives me any right to be here? So I think that's meant to be so important to her that when she finally has that power, the ability to be, I guess, just confident in her leadership skills.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to give that up. She's like, my life's work, or I guess my destiny is to lead Alpha Flight, and I need this power to be able to do it, because she doesn't believe in herself.
She's probably thinking like, earlier I almost died by getting sucked into a bag. I don't want that to happen again.
Yes. But also, like, if you think, I think she's clearly on the wrong side of things here, because if they make a perfect world, then there's no reason for Alpha Flight. Like, she thinks she's doing it for selfless reasons because the world needs Alpha Flight.
Yeah.
But she's making this move to create a world that doesn't need Alpha Flight, so she's just right back out of a job.
Who do you think would have won? All the God people plus Colossus Colossus, Rachel, Sasquatch, and Aurora, or the good guy side, which is Rogue, Cyclops, Xavier, Kitty, North Star, Wolverine, Lockheed, and Nightcrawler.
I think the good guy side.
Yeah, I mean, Cyclops knocked out Sasquatch, Colossus, and one of the god people in a fucking second. Wolverine already killed one of the god people and put another one in the hospital.
You've got Wolverine and Lockheed there, and I think that is going to do the most scale tipping.
Plus, you have Xavier. Xavier's going to just start shutting brains off if if things start going poorly.
That's true. Yeah.
Last question before we move on. Why was there that random scene? We didn't talk about it. Why was there there was a random scene in the first issue where it cuts to Doug Ramsey and Ilyana Rasputin in a diner.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, I'm the mutant menace. He says mutant menace. He's like, I'm the dreaded mutant menace. Fear me. And he bites a girl.
Playfully, not violently.
And she throws him on the ground. And then a guy's like, I should beat you up for that. And Ilyana's like, no, you won't.
Ilyana steps in and gives him a dirty look.
She's just like, no, you won't. He's like, I'm so sorry, Miss Ilyana. And then they teleport home. Why? Why did that happen? Doesn't tie in thematically. It didn't tie in plot-wise. Those characters weren't in the rest of the story.
Yeah, it's true. That's a good point. Maybe it was just to drop the phrase mutant menace.
And speaking of mutant menace, are we ready to move on to New Mutant Special Edition #1? Home is where the heart is.
Matt, what the fuck is a special edition #1?
It's the #1 special edition. You know, they had so many fucking weird rules about comics.
Yeah.
The Marvel did in this era. It was like, if a comic is more than this length, it can't be a normal issue. But if it's less than this length, it can't be an annual. And if it's more than this length, it can't be an annual because an annual is only this length. And if it's less than this length, it can't be a graphic novel. Like, they had all these weird rules. And I think New Mutant Special Edition is one of those ones where it's like, because it doesn't fit the rules,
they have to come up with another way to title it.
They can't also change the rules a little bit.
Isn't this also the start of Marvel realizing that they can cash in on anything by naming it a special edition or a #1?
I don't know. I don't think it happens much in X-Men, at least for a little while. But
okay.
All right, Chris Claremont's the author, Art Adams is the illustrator, Terry Austin's the embellisher, Buhalis and Orzakowski are the letters, Christy Shields the colors, Ann Nocenti's the editor. And dude, this is so weird. There's a smudge over where it says editor-in-chief.
Huh.
I can't read it.
John Smudge.
Okay, it's John Smudge, I guess. It's just my copy, my New Mutants Classic #5 has just a big smudge in it. All right, release date September 17th, 1985. Cover date December 1985. Loki ponders over his scrying orb in Asgard. This guy again.
Nice fucking guy.
Watching Aurora fight off hordes of warriors with a sword enchanted by her beauty, grace, and ability to kick fucking ass. Apparently, this is some Thor story, but
yeah, they have absolutely no context for it.
I think I think it happened in Thor, and they have Beta Ray Bill in the background. Beta Ray Bill sighting.
Yeah. It's also just another example of a man seeing Storm for the first time and saying, she's beautiful.
I love her.
Use every power within my control to kidnap her and force her to be mine.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right.
It's Claremont's horny for Storm, and we know this.
Yeah.
He wonders if she would consider becoming his queen. If he bestowed her with the Goddess of Thunder title, and they could rule Asgard together.
Give her powers back.
Mm-hmm. He beckons Enchantress to his throne, requesting she journey to Midgard and bring him this Ororo, while inflicting as much pain on her companions, the X-Men, as possible. He may be sworn to leave the X-Men in peace, but she isn't. And if he can convince Storm to rule by his side of her own free will, he hasn't broken any rules.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's nothing in the rule book that says he can't do this. Airbud rules.
Yeah, nothing in the rule book that says a dog can't be the god of thunder. Cut to Kyranos, Greece, where Ororo has brought the New Mutants to recoup from their battle with Amal Farouk,
the Shadow King.
They're having a grand old time at the beach, except for Karma, who still wants to die.
Okay.
And Warlock is just trying out bodies and outfits. He's like, he's wearing a one-piece ladies' bathing suit. Then he's wearing the biggest pair of jean shorts anyone's ever seen. Then he switches to a bikini.
Locke Box. Warlock War Report.
I like Locke Box now. I've changed my mind.
War Room. Locke Box is pretty good.
The Locke Box. What's in the Locke Box today, Pat?
Honestly, he looks good in a bikini.
He does. He pulls it off because he's got this like Clark Kent body.
Yeah.
Okay. Despite the fact that these are supposed to be children, which obviously they're not, everyone looks fucking good in their bathing suits, right? Like everybody's got a bathing suit that fits their personality, right? Danny has this like one piece on and her hair's all tied up in this like bun, like braids that circle her head like a tiara, and she's got these big ass sunglasses and she looks so fucking sassy. And Rain is like all covered up. She's like wearing a jacket and pants.
And Sam's just wearing jean shorts, like Daisy Duke cutoffs.
Yeah, they look good. Fucking Sunspot's wearing a just like a black Speedo.
Sure.
Everyone looks great. They look great. They look like our pals. They're our best friends. Anyway, but it's all this revelry is interrupted when a horde of mounted Asgardian warriors appear and throw the island into chaos. Ororo is teleported to Loki's chambers and immediately encased in crystal in a new outfit. Didn't fucking Dr. Doom already do that to her?
Yeah, beat for beat.
While the New Mutants are no match for the warriors and get easily kidnapped. In an Asgardian cell, Enchantress stands over her captives, wondering how a group of human teenagers could have the reputation of the X-Men. Ileana tries
a funny little bit of confusion where she's like, he said Storm's companions are the X-Men and that the X-Men are very dangerous, but this is just a group of children. It's cute.
Also, Sam kind of half changes into his uniform. But
Yes.
he's still wearing the jean shorts.
He's wearing the uniform top and the jean shorts bottom. It's a good combo.
And telling us for the 13th time that he's invulnerable while blasting.
Number 13, baby.
Ileana tries to teleport them all out of the Enchantress's cell, but her magic disrupts teleportation spells, scattering the team throughout space and time. Ileana's like, ouch!
Oh no, not space and time.
Ileana's at the feet of Enchantress, who wraps her in vines and restrains her against the walls with these like vines that turn into hands.
Yeah. It's creepy looking.
It's very creepy. So he restrains her against the wall, and Enchantress sends her lackeys out to find the rest of the team. We find Karma in the desert. Absolutely nothing around her but sand to the horizon. Why go on? She lays down and closes her eyes, waiting to die. Doug, meanwhile, finds himself in a Viking mead hall and is very quickly made into a kitchen wench. This is the guy where there's a Harald Einarsson who is just Popeye.
Yes, he looks just like Popeye.
He's got a pipe like Popeye.
Down to the
he
pipe
looks like
and
Popeye.
the weird forearms.
And he's got the same color scheme. He's color blocked like Popeye.
Yeah.
Rain finds herself in a land of giants who are hunting her for fun until she's rescued by another wolf who can speak with her.
What?
She follows him to safety, noting some unfamiliar feelings she has for him. She calls him handsome. It's just she's looking at him as she's looking at a dog, and she's like, he's handsome.
Yes, but she's also in dog
She's a
form
dog at the
time.
time.
Yeah.
Guys, settle down. Warlock finds himself deep underground, face to face with a giant monster that he promptly transforms and eats. He eats a dragon!
Yeah, it's basically a dragon.
And he just eats it before being confronted by Hela, goddess of death, and running away from her. Bobby, on the other hand, finds himself the envy of a tavern full of Asgardian warriors after beating them all in an arm wrestling competition and then bar fighting. He's surrounded by beautiful women. Amara finds herself in the presence of the Fae, chowing down on a feast they prepared just for... Guys, if fairies give you food, don't eat it.
Yeah. It's a bad idea, but she doesn't know. She doesn't play D&D enough.
Yeah, but she's from ancient Rome who wrote the stories about how you don't eat food prepared. Anyway, so it's prepared just for her until she passes out. Sam is also deep underground, being confronted by a clan of dwarves. Eitri, chief among them. He's the one who made Thor's hammer, everyone. They don't seem too keen on him until he rescues their village from a dark elf attack, but he takes a mystical spear in the back in the process.
No!
Danny finds a winged horse trapped in mire, tangled in yards of barbed rope.
Eesh.
She manages to work it free just in time for the Asgardian warriors that were hunting it to catch up. She stands in front of it, ready to fight an army for this winged horse, when a warrior riding another winged horse drops into the rescue, scaring all the hunters away. She introduced herself as Mist and invites Danny back to her and her sister's place. We should describe this horse because it's a major character in New York.
Yeah, it's a Pegasus.
It's a Pegasus. It's bright white with like white eyes too, so it just looks like it's carved out of marble. It's got a big mohawk.
Yes. And big wings.
Big wings. Beautiful tail. It looks great. Back in Enchantress's chambers, Ileana refuses to join forces with her. So Enchantress pulls the dark child out of her and gives
That's
it
the demon form that lives inside of her. Remember.
First she turns her into a baby in a bikini. That's a very funny visual. And then turns her back and then takes it. Any harm bestowed upon this dark child will affect Ileana, she explains, as she tells it to go out and hunt down the rest of the team. Back in the desert, where Karma is impatiently waiting for death to take her.
The first time, there's a lot of jumping from place to place, and at the end of the first section of her story, she's like, okay, no one here, I guess it's just time to die. And she lies down and closes her eyes. And then when we next see her, she's opening her eyes going like, I'm not dead yet? How damn long does this take?
She hears a child scream. A giant horned worm is chasing a little girl through the desert. With all her strength, Karma possesses the worm and drives it away, choosing to stay alive to keep the child safe. Does this sound familiar to Karma's story at all? A monstrous force chasing a small child, trying to harm it, and she has to take responsibility for it?
No.
Dark Child finds Doug in the mead hall first. Also, Doug, he gets to this mead hall. Somebody shoves him, and he's like, hey, buddy, and he shoves the guy back, but then finds himself immediately outmatched. Like, his bravado is countered by the fact that he is kind of powerless. And so he's immediately turned into the lowest status person in the place. Does that sound familiar for Doug Ramsey at all?
No, but I don't remember really Doug Ramsey. Who's this guy?
But Warlock shows up just in time to save Doug. Warlock Remember, he got placed in front of a character who is incredibly powerful and immediately was like, I'm going to kill you. And he's like, no, and runs away.
Yeah, yeah.
Does that sound like Warlock story to you at
Warlock?
all?
Locke Box. Who's Warlock?
Meanwhile, Rain learns her new friend is a wolf prince. Hrimhari is his name, who can shift to wolfman form, but not to human form.
Interesting.
They nuzzle for a bit before she runs off to find her friend. So now she's sort of torn between this idea of like, well, should I go save my friends or should I embrace the wild animalistic side of me and an emotion that I'm scared of, like love? Is that familiar to Wolfsbane at all?
No, but it is a cute moment. They're really nuzzled. They're like dog nuzz. I guess the prince is like shoving his dog nose into her dog neck, and it's just cute. It's Rain being like, what is this feeling? I really actually like it. It's just like her, I don't know, growing up a little bit. It's really
right. Well,
it's very nice.
And that's the thing, is she's always been torn by, and this is what I'm pointing out over and over, is just this idea of like, this is just all these metaphorically rendered situations about where these people are in their lives. And with Rain, it's like she's constantly, her religious guilt keeps her from feeling the emotions that she actually feels. And like growing up, she considers that she equates that with this animal side of her that she also believes is evil. And so she's always trying to like tuck those away, even though those feel so much better to her than her human form, where she has to be religious and in control of herself.
Chaste.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Bobby is so strong that he impresses the Warriors 3 and goes out for a night of drinking with them. Again, he's getting the recognition he always wanted.
Yeah, he is living the high life. This is everything he's ever wanted. Beautiful women, winning all contests, and the most respected people in town want to take him out for drinks.
He thinks that this is maybe happening because maybe the Asgardian sun is stronger than, or like Superman logic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sam is being attended to and flirted with by Eitri's daughter, Kindra. Remember, Sam found himself deep underground in like a mine and had to save the lives of a bunch of people that were about to be
all his fellow miners.
Yeah.
Who?
When magma burst through the wall, attacking the dwarves and promising to conquer Niflheim, not even recognizing Sam. They douse her with a fire extinguisher.
They do. It's so disrespectful. They just, first of all, you have a fire extinguisher down here?
It's Eitri! He can do whatever he wants.
I guess he can make, but like, did he come to Earth and he was like, oh, I absolutely love the shape and color and function of these things. Let me go back and make one.
2 motorcycles with a house in the middle?
But also, does that work? I don't think my fire extinguisher here at home would work on a volcano.
How did he know the chemicals that he needed to put inside for it? Sam is also wearing basically just like a cape and a diaper.
Yes,
that's
because
he's
hurt. These are his bandages and a cape.
And a cape. Magma, the metaphor there is right. Like she finds herself in this magic realm surrounded by people that are disassociated with the culture that she's trying to integrate with, and there's some deep darkness hidden behind them.
I think this actually might be the one that's not a metaphor.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always one, you know?
Okay. And then it turns her into a person who's slightly different than all her friends. And yeah. Anyway, Danny's is a little more complicated, and I think it's a little bit of more fetishization of Native Americans. Because I think she kind of like finds a tribe of what's your thoughts?
It's one of those things where like if we didn't know that she's already got like a psychic connection to animals due to racism, or
Right.
is a naturally like, if you standalone read this, you'd be like, oh yeah, she just met a group of sisters who all have magical horses. Like, this is Asgard, of course there's a magical horse family.
Right. Right.
But again, knowing what we know about how Danny was created and treated, it's probably
It's
a
probably
little
him
racially coded, but
trying to draw some sort of metaphor about her finally finding her tribe and
right.
her
But
connection to animals. But
it's not like out there. It is, you have to know where he's coming from to say, hey, this is racist.
I think you're right, and I also love this arc of Danny's. I love
Mhm.
the Danny as a Valkyrie concept, and I love
The what?
damn it, and I love Brightwind, but yeah, I mean, it's just if you're sitting there, like, if you don't, because here's my only counter argument, is like, if you don't know that yet about Claremont, but you are trying to track down the metaphors of everybody's situation, you would think, oh, well, the only thing that this could symbolize for Danny is her Native American roots. Because what else would it be? Otherwise, it's just like you said, that's the one. Otherwise, you'd be like, okay, well, there's one that doesn't at all.
Yeah, sure.
All right. I think that's all the metaphors, so we can stop talking about that thread. So she flies high. She flies high through the sky with her new winged horse riding girlfriends, recognizing that everyone else they come across runs from them in fear. She eavesdrops on a conversation between sisters about inducting her into their family, which startles her, and she flies away to find her friends. Karma, meanwhile, continues to find the will to live as she treks through the desert for weeks, protecting the child with her.
Oh.
Darkchild next finds Bobby drunk with pleasure and easily transforms him into another servant of the Enchantress. The dwarves manage to restore Amara's mind back to normal, but she's ultimately stuck as a fey creature who are forbidden from being on Earth. Loki appears to Eitri at that moment, requesting a special new hamster. Requesting a special new hammer for his new goddess of thunder, and he agrees to forge it. He has a plan, and it involves Sam and Amara.
I'll spoil it here. The plan is just to make sure Sam and Amara are in the same room as Loki so they can try to attack him. It doesn't go deeper than that.
Ileana finds Rain and converts her to Enchantress's side, while Warlock and Doug find Karma, now perfectly fit after months of desert survival.
Huh. So,
Boy.
it stands to reason.
Yeah.
They were scattered through space and time. Yes, it took months for her to, like, searching through the desert.
Yeah.
Why is she so toned and muscular? Shouldn't she just be, like, gaunt and starving?
And shouldn't her skin be all stretched out and draping off of her? Shouldn't she be...
But no. I mean, it would have to be pretty rapid weight loss to have, like...
I think losing 400 pounds in a month is pretty rapid weight loss.
Matt, it's been like slightly more than a month.
Oh, I'm sorry. But for Locke and Doug, it's only been about a week. And also, they don't see a child with her. All she has is the string tied around her finger that she doesn't remember being there. Darkchild shows up with a horde of warriors just then to let them know it's a sign from one of the three Norns, the ultimate form of God in Asgard.
Not the gods that live above in shadow.
No,
this
another
is different ultimate form of God to Asgardians.
Yeah. But then she attacks them. Warlock forms a mech suit around Doug. Sam bursts in with Amara, and Danny descends from the sky on a winged horse, shooting Darkchild 3 times in the chest with arrows. Remember, every injury that Darkchild takes happens to Ileana. So she's just hanging there, and suddenly she has 3 fucking arrow wounds in her chest. We don't see it, but fuck, man. Together, they turn the tide against Ileana, Darkchild, and when Karma tries to possess her, Enchantress's scrying screen bursts into pieces. No matter, though, as a short time later, her warriors are marching back through the gates, all of the New Mutants in tow. This is very funny. There's this one panel where they go to wake up Enchantress, and there is a man in bed lying next to her. Just stone statue still, arms at his side, lying on his back, face up. His mouth is draped open like he's suffered some sort of shock, some sort of trauma. We don't hear or see anything else about it. This man just in bed next to her is this traumatized man, as if Art Adams is trying to tell us, like, this is what it'd be like to spend a night with an Enchantress. You would never be the same in a bad way.
This guy gets a better deal than being turned into a tree. Like the guy from Dazzler.
Fucked into insanity.
Yeah.
So her warriors are marching back through the gates, all the New Mutants in tow. Or are they? The team bursts out of their restraints with a "joke's on you" and kick absolute ass, while Karma, using all her strength to possess Darkchild, marches her down to Ileana's chamber and returns her to her body. Enchantress tries to have a last stand, but Karma manages to possess her long enough to remove all the anti-teleportation wards. They teleport her to Limbo, leaving her in the hands of Sim, with a promise not to physically harm her.
I have done a complete 180 on Sim. I love this guy.
Yeah.
They show up, the New Mutants, with Ileana, and Sim says, "G'day, boss. Hiya, kids." It's just like a weird uncle they run into.
Who sometimes will show them a dead body, but other times will just give them piggyback rides.
Right. Let me ask you this.
Yeah, buddy.
The New Mutants are in full battle with Enchantress and her forces.
Mm-hmm.
Doug Ramsey is inside Warlock. Warlock formed a mech suit around him, and he is punching guys and going, "This is so much fun!"
Yeah.
Is Doug Ramsey doing anything there, or is that just Warlock punching people, but while he forms a suit of armor? It's like giving a child a disconnected video game controller and
You're doing it, Doug.
Pretend they're playing with you. Yeah.
You're doing it, Doug. You're really doing it.
Locke Box.
Locke Box. Another one. Another one for the Locke Box. That's the scene where Karma finds Ileana is brutal. She's got two black eyes. She's gushing blood. You can actually see one of the arrow holes in like her clavicle. It is fucked up. A lot of in both this and the next issue, they color a lot of blood to look like sweat or just invisible, but you can kind of tell when the implication was blood. Because there's even a scene in this where Enchantress scratches Ileana down the face, and it just looks, and it's like white, and it's like, no, that's supposed to be blood, I think, Clintus. Anyway, what's next? They've escaped, but Aurora hasn't. Plus, half of them actually love it here in Asgard. Maybe they'll stay. They debate this for a bit and don't settle it, only putting it aside for the priority of saving Storm. To be continued in an entirely other comic.
Yes, which we will read next. But first,
yes,
one thing I want to mention about this issue, more of a humble submission
for the approval of the Midnight Society,
for the approval of the Winners League. I would like to submit Throff the Terrible as a loser league candidate. Throff the Terrible is the dark elf that comes in and attacks Eitre's family.
Yeah.
And Sam just rockets in, mentions that he's invulnerable while blasting, and smashes him into the wall. Like, this guy is monologuing about how terrifying he is, and then Sam just, on a whim, takes him out of the equation.
That's a good loser league candidate, I think.
He's big and ugly too, so naturally. Oh, and we get a scene of Sam with stubble. It's been long enough. He doesn't get to shave. He's got a little peach fuzz coming out.
Aw, look at this guy.
Just in the goatee areas. He's still a kid.
I mean, it comes out way more in this next issue. He's just has it the whole time. He looks like a medieval warrior throughout the rest of the next issue.
Well, let's get to it.
What is it called?
X-Men Giant-Sized Annual number 9. There's no place like home.
Okay.
Chris Claremont writer, Arthur Adams penciler, Alan Gordon and Mike Mignola, and Art Adams inkers.
Say Mignola.
What did I say?
I say Mignola. I say Mignola. You say
Mignola?
I say Mignola.
Mignola.
I think it's Mignola.
I'm reading it phonetically. You read it however you want. Tom Orzechowski, letterer, Petra Scotese, colorist, and Nocenti, editor, and
Mine's
Pimple
smudged.
Popper, editor-in-chief.
I don't know why. Mine's smudged here.
Let's go with Rick Smudge.
Okay.
Release date, October 1st, 1985. Cover date, December 1985. The X-Men all awaken in the middle of the night to a scream from a sleeping Kitty Pryde.
I love them.
When Rachel scans her mind, they see a visual recap of the New Mutants Special Edition, plus some images of the Dark Child fighting Storm in Thor's clothing.
Does that happen, by the way? I don't think that happens.
No, this is a dream she's having.
Okay, but they treat it like it's significant, but I don't think it's going to happen.
We did not see Dark Child fighting Storm in Thor's clothing.
Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
They quickly discover that the New Mutants and Storm may have disappeared off an island in Greece, and Wolverine remembers Loki's promises of revenge from their team up with Alpha Flight. So they decide to give chase to Asgard. Cyclops, who's there with Madeline at that moment, I guess they stuck back to hang out with the X-Men for a little bit.
I guess they're just like, hey, let's hang out with the X-Men for a bit.
Remembers those dimension teleporting arrows that he got from Archon way back in Mutant Menace episode 25.
Remember
and
that?
Figures he can use them to get to Asgard. Can you believe this comes back?
I know.
As soon as he pulled those lightning bolts out of that thing. You've been carrying these around? You fly an airplane for a living. This is incredibly dangerous.
Is he like, does he keep them at his house, or did he leave them in the mansion somewhere? He's like, oh, I hope they're still there.
I hope nobody digging them up.
I hope nobody found them. And he hid them in a back of a cabinet somewhere.
I hope so, because you should not be allowed to bring those. I'm sure in a post 9/11 world, you're not allowed to carry magical teleporting lightning bolts onto an airplane. But first, Rachel Summers finally picks a name and costume. She comes out wearing a red and gold costume shaped like the Phoenix and is going to go by the name Phoenix from now on.
And everyone's like, what are you doing, dude?
Everyone is like,
bro, that sucks.
What? You haven't even told him yet. So, of course, Cyclops is like, young lady, this is a little uncomfortable for me.
And she's like, you don't get to decide. You're not in the X-Men.
And yes, she's like, you have no right.
You're retired. You can't tell me. You can't tell me anything. And Madeline's like, she's right. Well, she's got you there. Buddy.
She's got you there. You're just gonna have to live with the trauma.
And Madeline and Scott open mouth kiss in front of everybody.
Well, I mean, they're gonna have a baby, Matt. Everybody knows they're having sex.
But that doesn't mean they have to watch.
Anyway, they leave Lockheed and Madeline behind, and the X-Men are going to Asgard.
Going to Asgard.
Cut to Nidavellir, the realm of the dwarves in Asgard, where the New Mutants are hanging out with Eitri, the weapon maker. Amara Aquila awakens from a dream in which, thanks to her new status as a fairy, she's able to see into the deepest insecurities of all her teammates.
It's weird. It's just like it just cuts between each member of the New Mutants all saying the subtext of last issue out loud.
See, yeah.
Like, I am worried about my status as a leader, and what if I fail everybody and they all die? I am afraid of everything. Like, Warlock's like, I am afraid of everything, and I thought coming here would make me safer. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's because we are cutting from a New Mutants comic to an X-Men comic that they have to say, like, here's what you missed last issue.
But without saying it, by just saying the subtext of last issue. But
that's
whatever.
comics. Comics? You know comics?
No, I never did one.
That's comics.
Where do you get them?
The sad thing here is everybody's just like, yeah, sorry, Amara, that's just a fairy's thing. They know everybody's innermost thoughts.
Sorry.
Good luck.
Good. Yeah. Have fun.
She and Sam are helping Eitri to forge a new hammer worthy of a god. Eitri tells them that Amara must escort it to Asgard, as it must stay liquid hot in its mold until it reaches Loki's throne room. Amara balks, as iron is deadly to fairies.
Yeah.
But Eitri has her surround it with a cocoon of rock to protect it.
That seems like a loophole. Like, magic people can't interact with iron, but they can create magic things around iron to keep them from touching the iron.
Yeah, he had to do something.
It's like if Green Lantern can't affect things that are yellow, but he can make a big box around things that are yellow with his green stuff.
Using his Green Lantern powers.
Exactly.
As a parting gift, he gives Sam armor that cannot be pierced and a sword that can cut through anything but living flesh.
OP.
And sends them to deliver Loki's weapon and confront him in the Hall of Heroes. Great. Now we have two heroes with swords that can't stab people. The rest of the New Mutants are in the Enchantress's castle. Doug's translating all her books so Ileana can learn their magics while they watch a video feed of Warlock in bird form tracking that weird falcon from earlier. Matt, you probably should have mentioned there was a weird falcon earlier.
There's a weird falcon. It has blue eyes, black fur, or black feathers, and a white mohawk. I wonder what that could be.
He watches the falcon arrive at Loki's palace, and Loki, seeing him as an unfamiliar bird, shoots Warlock from the sky.
Jesus
Danny
Christ.
takes off on Brightwind, her horse, to check on Locke, and Doug, who feels he owes him his life, demands to go along. In Loki's palace, the falcon, of course, turns back into Storm.
It's Storm, the Falcon Storm.
She's elated at all Loki's new gifts, and while she misses the X-Men, she knows that Asgard is in need and wishes to stay.
Hey, Pat, did you ever notice this? Asgard.
The Asgard.
The Asgard.
Good. Very good.
This is just a good comic. It's hard to find stuff to poke fun at here.
Loki's thoughts reveal he's been using a mix of gifts and magic and lies and truth to manipulate Storm into staying and becoming the new god of thunder to succeed Thor and help him rule Asgard.
Whew.
She is of her own free will saying, I need to stay behind and help Asgard. Like, my powers, my restored powers are best used here.
Mostly of her own free will. He's saying he's used a little magic to nudge her, but mostly he's telling some lies, like, people aren't here to save you. And I'm not going to violently take over Asgard. But he's telling a lot of truth, true. Like, you are going to get your powers back. You were going to help me rule so we can bring peace to Asgard. Like, he probably believes that. Like, Loki, if Loki rules Asgard, he doesn't want it to turn into an evil place where, like, everybody gets punched in the face every day. Like, he will want to rule it well.
He just wants to be king.
He just wants to be king.
The problem is he wants it too bad.
And he probably also, like, will take a bunch of liberties with his power or whatever. But yeah, I don't think he wants to just like be a evil guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he would be naturally an evil ruler, but not because he wants to be, just because
Yeah.
he doesn't really have a good concept of good.
Right. And for most people, I'm sure their lives would be either exactly the same or even a little better. But for some people, they'd be immeasurably worse.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Elsewhere, the X-Men arrive just in time to save Rimari, the Wolfman god, from a band of trolls and meet Hela, the goddess of death. She taunts Phoenix about how many people her mom killed.
Yeah. What a weird moment.
Rimari informs them that Odin is dead, Hela roams free, and he's been tracking his beloved Wolfsbane since she was kidnapped by the Enchantress.
Mm.
Cyclops decides to split the team. Half will stay with Rimari while he recovers from his troll attack, while Wolverine, Shadowcat, and Phoenix head to Asgard to gather information and try and find Thor.
All right.
They
Reasonable.
are convinced Thor is going to help him out here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rogue steals them some weird Asgard outfits, and the three go undercover in the city.
God, it's so weird how Wolverine has so much body hair. It's like he's wearing clothes.
Yes.
Like his arms, his legs, his chest are all bare, but he's got so much body hair.
Yeah,
that
he's got
it's
a
like he's
natural
wearing
sweater.
Yeah.
Danny and Doug arrive in a tavern, find Bobby surrounded by girls fawning over him, and demand he come help them. Strangely, everyone in the tavern seems terrified of Danny. No time for that now, though, as Danny senses Warlock nearby. They find him on the edge of death, but instead of being happy to see them, he freaks out when he sees Danny, tries to kill her, and takes off running with Doug.
What?
Poor Doug.
Doug's still wearing his slave collar, by the way, from when he was in the
It's right. He's still wearing the kitchen wench gear. When they stop running, Doug is baffled. Warlock would have been fine, but now they're stranded in a dead part of the city with no life around for him to absorb. Warlock wonders why Doug can't see that Danny is wearing the mantle of the Destroyer, the one who claims all life. That's why he had to run. But still no time for that now, as Doug suggests saving Warlock by sharing his own life glow. The two then seem to merge into one being.
Yeah, just for a second. It like next time we see him, he's just wearing a Warlock suit again. But in this one panel, he's
like half transformed, and somehow he's able to give part of his life glow over without turning into like the techno-organic thing and being consumed.
Right. Through this entire issue, people keep explaining what's happening to Danny directly to her or to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's like, I don't know what that means. Anyway, we've got to go do something. Like it just nonstop through this issue. People are like, oh my God, it is the harbinger of death. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, I gotta go. And she's like, I wonder what that was.
No time for that now.
Like Warlock just totally explained to us what is happening. And Doug's like, you're crazy. Anyway.
Meanwhile, Rimari leads Rogue, Cyclops, Colossus, and Nightcrawler to the Enchantress's castle. They expect to fight, but instead find Wolfsbane, Magic, and Karma doing just fine. Rain in wolf form starts doing dog stuff with Rimari, but transforms back into a girl and feels immediately ashamed.
They're like chasing each other's tails.
Yeah. They're being real cute. They're being teens in love. It's sweet, but also they're dogs.
Also they're dogs.
They have arrived just in time for Magic to cast a spell to locate Storm, which she does, only to be instantly discovered by Loki and all captured in one fell swoop. He bounds them all up and summons some rock trolls to go get the rest of the mutants, while transforming the two wolf people into weird evil wolves he calls Grimfang and Bleakheart to help the trolls track them down. He's been listening to a lot of new metal.
Doesn't Thor have dogs that have crazy names?
I don't know.
that have like
Does it?
really funny
MutantMenacePod@gmail.com.
Tooth Gnasher. No, he's got two magical goats. One named Tooth Gnasher and one named Tooth Grinder.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Just then, Nightcrawler teleports from his bonds and kisses Rogue, allowing her
this.
to absorb his powers, and
Okay.
Cyclops, who he is also touching, I guess.
Yeah, she's like, I was able to touch. Okay, you see him wrap his tail around Cyclops and then kiss
Yeah.
Rogue. Is that I don't know that that's how Rogue's powers work, and I don't know if they ever worked like that before or again.
It's like electricity.
Oh.
Her powers run through your body and into any conductor you happen to be touching.
Oh, okay. It's like electricity and like conductor.
And it is very cool for Nightcrawler to be like, number one, for nobody to account for Nightcrawler's teleportation.
No one ever does. This happens all the time.
It's consistent. And also, what does Loki know about these guys? Like, I guess he kind of fought them earlier this episode, but you assume he's harmless. His thing is just being a weird little blue guy, but he's like, you didn't account for this. I can teleport. And then he pops in right in front of Rogue and just gives her a kiss. It's like he shouldn't have just grabbed a restrained woman and given her a kiss, but
but it's also like you have to keep showing off the X-Men's powers because that's what the comic is about. And so you have to keep coming up with scenario, like you have to buy that sometimes people just aren't prepared for the X-Men to have powers, which is a little stupid, but it's just that's how superhero comics, right?
Yeah. But if we accept that this is all happening, this fucking rules. She charges forward. She's blue. She's got blue fur coming off of her. She teleports out of her bonds, and she's also shooting lasers out of her eyes.
Knocks him to the ground, and
Hell
like she's
yeah.
got super strength. She can fly. She's got all of it.
But Rogue pauses when Storm appears. Aurora can't quite grasp why a friend would attack a friend, and figures that must not really be Rogue, but some demon trickster. That gives Loki just enough time to regain himself and bound Rogue up again.
I guess that is that slight magical push that he was talking about, because Storm's not that stupid.
Yeah, Storm would pause a moment longer to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Wolverine, Kitty, and Phoenix discover that Thor is off-world and arrive at a hall of heroes just as Cannonball and Magma arrive with the hammer. Also, at the same time as Mirage and Sunspot riding Brightwind. When she sees them, Danny also sees a big scary skull hanging in the air over Wolverine that no one else can see. She takes it as a portent, and then the ground collapses, and it's time to fight the rock trolls and evil wolves, Grimfang and Darktooth or whatever.
Remember them from earlier? Yeah.
They sweep up Amara in a fucking bulldozer.
What the hell? They're like, this is made out of iron. We've got her.
And then a dragon thing bites Wolverine, who collapses from a poison too strong for his healing factor to handle from the dragon thing.
Yeah, the dragon thing's poison. Okay, got it.
Cannonball swings his fancy new sword at the evil wolf and hits its magic collar, which is the thing that was turning them into evil wolves.
Yeah, I guess so.
Cutting Rain free from her enchantment.
Yeah, so she's Rain again, and she's so happy.
Thank God he's got a sword that can't harm living things, but can harm inanimate objects.
Yeah, and he uses it this one time for this one thing.
Just then, Cypher and Warlock swoop in as the Star Trek Enterprise, firing lasers everywhere. The bad guys retreat with Amara in tow.
All right, now all the lost New Mutants are together.
Well,
except for Amara.
They decide to split up again.
Okay.
Most of the team will go confront Loki at the ceremony where he's doing whatever he's doing to Storm, while Kitty, Sam, and Rain will go free the prisoners.
Okay.
Karma starts trying to possess magic, but just makes them both pass out.
Yeah, this is in the basement where some of the X-Men and New Mutants are like chained up or whatever.
Yeah.
These are the guys who got captured by Loki.
It interrupts the spell that magic is making to make all the X-Men evil, so it only works on Colossus. When Sam and gang make it to the prison, Colossus tries to clobber them, but Cyclops knocks him out. It's so funny. Colossus appears before Sam and is like, I'm going to crush you, and then just takes a laser blast to the back of the head. Was Cyclops just following possessed Colossus around, waiting for the opportunity to snipe
he
him?
does something mean.
All right, I got a clean shot. Wolverine is dying from poison, but he's determined to free Storm first.
There's a scene here where Bobby is like being a showboat, right? And Wolverine like slams him up against a wall, and he's like, "Do you think this is a fucking game? Like, okay, great, yeah, you're in Asgard here, and people are treating you like a hero or whatever. But is that all that this is for? You're just doing this for the glory." Remember, this is one of Bobby's number one heroes. Magnum PI are Wolverine and Magnum PI are Bobby's two heroes, and Wolverine is slamming him against a wall, telling him he's acting like a baby, and that he's not real, and that he's not a real hero, and he's going to save Aurora, and fucking Bobby can do whatever he wants. He's done.
Yeah. It's a good speech.
Yeah.
Loki introduces Storm to the crowd as Thor's replacement, but his cape tangles around his face at the last second because of Phoenix's telekinesis.
Man,
Sunspot
telekinetics are always doing that to people.
I would do that a lot if I had telekinesis. Just make people look stupid. Sunspot, Wolverine, and Warlock charge, so Loki summons rock trolls to stop them, which makes the crowd turn on Loki.
Like, I can't believe he's summoning rock trolls in this sacred place.
This is disgusting.
Ew. I'm going home.
He cracks open the rock, and Storm takes the new hammer, becoming Storm Thor. Thor Storm.
Thtorm.
That works, actually.
Yeah.
Thorm blasts Wolverine, who Loki convinces her is a shadow being, but she pauses when she sees how much courage he shows. Dying Logan's like, dude, he's the god of lies. That's all he does.
Yeah, she's like, but Loki is my friend. He would not lie. And Wolverine's like, Storm, he's the god of lies. That's all he does. And that would be Wolverine's last words if the good guys don't win here.
Yeah. Gila shows up to claim Logan's soul, and Thtorm realizes she fucked up, but Mirage shows up on Brightwind like, leave him alone. And Hela...
It's so cool.
And Gila reveals that Danny has accidentally become a Valkyrie, chooser of the slain.
Whoa.
She attacks Gila, and Gila drops her from the fucking sky.
Danny's being a badass, but also she's being an idiot. She shows up and she's like, you back away, I won't warn you again. And Gila's like, dude, you don't understand. You're on my side. You are the one who chooses whose souls I take. And she's like, okay, then I choose you, and shoots her with an arrow. And Gila's like, dude, no, that's not how it works.
You think people haven't tried that before?
And then like, shut up, and then drops her onto the ground. It's like, it's badass for Danny, but also like, you're a child, you don't really understand.
Which is the New Mutants MO, right? They are
so cool.
Extremely badass, but extremely naive about being badass.
It's great. It's a great moment.
Wolverine finally snaps Thtorm out of it, and she attacks Gila with all her new Thor powers. Cyclops, Phoenix, and the rest of the goddamn Valkyrie show up and join in, causing Gila to retreat. And Thtorm attacks Loki.
Yeah.
He fights back until Shadowcat pops up and is like, dude, stop. You're fucked. The X-Men are here. The New Mutants are here. The Valkyrie are here. It's only a matter of time till you're defeated or Thor returns. Just give up. And so he does.
Yeah.
but only on the condition that all of them leave or none of them can.
So, first of all, number one, is it clear how tired I was getting writing this recap that I've just turned into? Everybody's like, dude.
Everybody's calling each other dude. Dude,
Everyone's going,
come the fuck on, dude.
dude, what's going on? Dude, stop it, dude. Like, everybody's just turning into me. And number two, it's hard to explain it. We haven't seen Storm use her powers in a while because she's been powerless, right? So her using these lightning bolts and being super emotional in it because she feels like she fucked up and she hurt her friends is really cool, really a really strong visual.
Yeah. It's at this point we can feel what she's feeling here. It's really it's a good moment for her.
The energy's crackling off the page, and like she's throwing Thor's hammer, she's using her lightning, she's like, and Loki was hiding under a tablecloth.
Yeah.
When they were fighting Hela. But also then this badass moment where Shadowcat's just like, buddy, it's over,
man.
You are outclassed here. You might be a god, but you're not going to capture. She says there's a score of X-Men and New Mutants here. Plus the Valkyrie now know that you are fucked up, like that you are.
You're making a play for the throne.
It's only a matter of time till one of us goes and gets Thor or Balder or Odin comes. Like, it's only a matter of time. You cannot win here. And he's like, fine.
Fine, but
yeah,
here's my condition. Either everybody gets the fuck out of my house or everybody stays forever.
If one of you doesn't, then all of you stay forever. And because he knows at that point, like, some of these people have gotten their only wish, like their life's wishes. Some of these people have had their lives ruined by being in Asgard, and others have, like, this has cured everything for them.
Yeah. Rain is heartbroken because she loves Romari. Sam is bummed because he has to leave his cool armor and sword behind.
A little less dramatic.
Well, also, he and that dwarf daughter were getting along pretty famously.
Oh, okay.
Amara will return to human.
He's like, you'll stop being a fairy so you can go home. So it's good for her.
Storm will lose her powers again. Ileana will forget all her cool new spells from Enchantress.
A little contrived. A little bit of a contrived one. We didn't really get the sense that magic was like, this is completing me.
I thought she learned a lot.
But she was also at the end.
I thought this was...
Okay, all right.
The only changes that will stay are that Danny will remain a Valkyrie and keep Brightwind because they can't be separated after. There's like an Asgardian. I don't know if it's a rule or a natural order of things, but they're bonded now.
Like she'll have some weird Valkyrie powers, but she won't be like part of the Valkyrie and have to go choose people to die or whatever. But she can't. She'll keep Brightwind. Yeah.
And then of course Jeanne won't regain her weight because you can't have a fat superhero.
It's like they did this whole story just for that purpose.
Yeah.
And Loki echoing all the creators in this is like, it would just be too cruel to let you stay fat.
Oh my God. Come on.
I know.
Come on, dude.
He's like, I will do every cruel thing to everybody except.
Well, Loki's really skinny. I wouldn't expect him to understand. In return, the mutants promise not to tell the ones above in shadow or whatever of Loki's treachery against them.
Yeah.
They head home and Loki is heartbroken over Storm. The end.
Makes a little Storm action figure for himself.
He does.
Actually, it's a Thtorm action figure.
Thtorm, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm tired because it was long. Like, that was a lot of content. There was a lot of stuff in these issues.
We only read 4 issues, but we read like twice the amount that we usually do because these issues are so long. Yes.
But number one, they had to all be together, right? Like, these are, I mean, this is all this is one
continuous story.
Mm-hmm. And number 2, it was all so good.
Yeah. So very good story. I know we do this all the time. We say, I don't like it when the X-Men do this sort of thing, and then we read a story when they do it. But like, I don't want to see the X-Men go up against magical
Yeah.
gods. Like,
Yeah.
where's the fun in that? And who gives a shit about Thor's world and all
Yeah.
the funny way that they talk and shit?
We'd read the
But
Avengers if we want that stuff.
then we sit down and read it, and it's one of the best fucking combo X-Men New Mutant stories we've gotten to read so far.
But it's because Claremont is like, he knows he's writing an X-Men story, not a Justice League story or an Avengers story or whatever. He knows he's writing an
Right.
X-Men story. So even though it's big superhero action that we don't generally like to see from the X-Men, all of it is rooted in this human experience, right?
Yeah.
Everything they fought was like a metaphor for the struggles that they were going through internally, because that's what the X-Men is more about.
I will say these last two issues, if I'm finding a flaw
I've got some, yeah.
with specifically home is where the heart is, and there's no place like home, not the gift or the gift part 2, not the X-Men Alpha Flight crossover. I don't love Art Adams's art.
Okay. Interesting
think-
perspective.
Okay, I think he is very good at close-ups. When you get like, when you dig into a character's face, like there just has to be this big show of emotion. He puts a lot of love and detail and attention into it. He draws, I think, serviceable action. I don't mean that as a slight at all. I think he does just fine with it.
Okay.
But there's so many scenes that are like wide shots that are just so strangely over detailed, and some of this you can say is like over inking, right? Maybe they're drawing too many details, but it's
maybe
clear.
But that's how all of Art Adams stuff looks.
Exactly. And also like the way that the muscles are drawn on these characters, right? It would be pretty bold for an inker to say, oh, let me multiply this muscle structure by 4 for you, since you didn't do it in in your original draw. Like, he is just putting like too many wrinkles on things, too many. Every wide shot panel is very distracting.
I get what you're saying. I don't disagree with your criticism. I like the look of it. I think it looks cool. At the same time, he's doing the Long Shot miniseries. There's a moment where Warlock transforms into Long Shot.
Yeah, there is.
But he's doing the Long Shot miniseries, which we'll get to eventually. And there's some problems there with but I don't know. I think it's very, very, very detailed. And the faces that you're talking about, like the close-ups, are very anime inspired or like manga inspired.
Yeah, sure.
But I like art. I don't know. I don't know what specifically I can say. Like, I don't have any arguments against what you're saying. I just there's no, like, you know,
it's
taste isn't an argument. I just like it.
I think maybe what's throwing me off most about it is it reminds me very much of like that 90s sort of Rob Liefeld style that we're about to sink into. That is like, just, you don't need this many lines on a person.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that we'll have to say a lot 10 years in the future.
I think this is one of the people who inspires that. Yeah, like Neil Adams is also a person who inspires that. I think we're seeing a lot of what inspires that. You could draw a straight line from Neil Adams to Art Adams to Rob Liefeld, but
are they related?
I do not think so. But I don't know. These stories were really good. They were really fun. I guess my one complaint is that I felt Storm was more of a prop in this whole story, where I would have liked a little bit more Storm story.
Yeah, she's going through the most difficult time that we've seen her go through. And I think, yeah, saying that she is used as a prop here is a really good way to say it. She doesn't get an arc, she just gets to be the problem.
Yes, yes, exactly. And I think this is probably a very significant moment for Storm. And yeah, we don't see how it affects her at all, or the sort of mental journey she goes through. So that's my only real criticism of this. Other than that, I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah, really, honestly, great stuff. The all 4 issues.
He's got an eye out, stuff that you could buy out. If you had a time machine that you would like to try out, it's Cat Deals and Steals.
See, Matt, we don't always have to start pats and steals and deals on a joke. Like, we don't have to close it out. Sometimes we just say something nice and serious, then play the Pats, Deals, and Steals theme song, and then acknowledge that we didn't make a joke about it.
You're right. All right, we will do that. We can do that from now on.
Oh, boy, folks, it is time for Pats, Steals, and Deals. This one opens up with, Matt, a phrase you might find a little familiar. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my.
Oh my. Boy, you really love these. This is your favorite this has become your favorite kind of advertisement. If you see a Saturday morning cartoon lineup, you are all over it.
So these aren't Saturday morning cartoons, Matt, despite initial appearances. What we're actually looking at is the 3 new Star comic sensations.
These are comic
These
books?
are comic books. We have Thundercats, Care Bears,
where we have
and Meet Misty.
What? What? All right, first of all, let's take them one at a time. Thundercats. What do you know about Thundercats?
I am, believe it or not, just a little too young for Thundercats to have really had an impact. I know there are people our age that went and sought out Thundercats and have formed like some niche interests around it, but I really have like no familiarity with them.
I feel the same about that. I feel the same about Thundercats as I do Transformers, where it was like, if I had chosen it as a kid, like it wasn't right in front of me, but I could have chosen it. I didn't choose it. And then at some point when I was into nerd stuff again, and every other nerd was like, had an affection for Thundercats and Transformers, it was too late.
Yeah.
It's not that it's only for kids, but you need to start when you're a kid.
Also, it felt a little performative.
You can't start Thundercats or Transformers as an adult.
Yeah. They also not to, if there are any Thundercats kids out there, God bless you. But the same time that people our age started getting into Transformers and Thundercats and shows that were like just before our time, Hot Topic also started selling merch for all those things. And I think a lot of when I say performative, I mean that sincerely. I think people were like, oh, Hot Topic thinks it's cool. And listen, at the time, Hot Topic determined a lot about what was cool.
And people were like, not like I was a huge Thundercats fan as a kid, but I remember Thundercats, and in their brain the two merged, and they thought, oh, I'm a big Thundercats fan.
And none of this is to say that there aren't real Thundercats fans out there. Like, my understanding is that it's just like we are with the X-Men. Generally, it was just like, it was a sensation at an age that tends to stick with you for life.
That ought to say, do you know the name of the guy on the left here?
Lion-O?
Lion-O? Lion-O is holding his sword exactly at crotch level, like it's a big dick.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I imagine that's pretty common.
What? All right. Next.
And then, of course, we have the Care Bears. You know the Care Bear. Everybody just knows.
Everyone knows the Care Bears.
You don't need. I don't.
No, they just look like Care Bears.
And then, of course, there is Misty, who had absolutely no
Who
cultural
the
impact.
fuck is that?
According
Yeah.
to the ad,
What is
Misty
that?
is the soap opera superstar who's setting the world on fire. So
What?
that's who. It seems
Okay.
like a drama comic, a comic about a young actress who is able to uh, live her life.
So, created by Trina Robbins, who was the partner of Steve Lealoha
Oh,
until she died in 2024, 1977 to 2024. So 47 years of marriage.
damn. That's pretty good.
Yeah, Misty looks kind of like these Misty comics look kind of like and she wrote and drew them, and they look
Oh,
kind
sick.
of like the Barbie comics.
Yeah, I can see that from the ad I'm looking at here.
Yeah, I'm looking at some like covers, and they very much look like Barbie comics. I guess Star Comics was an imprint that began in 1994 that really it did this. It like toys, television
Wait,
series, animated series.
1994?
1984.
1984. Okay. I was
But it did
you just blew my mind for a second.
It did do Peter Porker the Spectacular Spider-Ham.
Oh,
And then some of its original titles, Misty, Planet Terry. Planet Terry is like a outer space boy who looks like he's from what were those comics with like Casper and Richie Rich, where everybody looked kind of the same?
the Harvey comics.
Yeah, he looks like a Harvey Comics character.
Wait, are you telling me that Peter Porker's Spider-Ham was not originally a Marvel character?
Yeah, he's a Star Comics
Okay.
character apparently. Do you want to know? Here's all the licensed titles.
Okay.
Rocky and Bullwinkle, Care Bears, Chuck Norris Karate Commandos, Ewoks,
Nice.
Flintstone Kids, Fraggle Rock,
Okay.
the Get Along Gang,
Right. Of course.
Heathcliff. I'm skipping some
Heathcliff's
that I don't
already
know
a
what they are.
comic.
Master of the Universe, Muppet Babies. I remember having some Muppet Babies
Sure.
comics. The Popples, remember those?
No.
They were like little kind of like teddy bear toys that would fold into a ball. So you could kind of unfold them to their breaking point and then let them go, and they would sort of pop out. But they were just teddy bears that folded into a ball. Star Wars Droids.
I remember those.
Strawberry Shortcake.
I remember that.
And then Thundercats and some other stuff that I don't know what the fuck it is.
Star Comics.
And Royal Roy, who is a blatant copy of Richie Rich, the Wikipedia
Got
says.
sort of a Swamp Thing Man thing going on.
Yeah. Oh, except for if Swamp Thing or Man Thing came out 60 years after Swamp Thing.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I don't know when Richie Rich was. He was probably the 50s, right?
I had no idea.
Anyway, that's a fun Deals and Steals.
Thank you.
There's nothing really to buy here.
Well, you could buy Misty Comics.
Okay.
He's got an eye out, stuff that you could buy out. If you had a time machine that you would like to try out, it's at Deals and Steals.
Okay. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for, for being the, what do they call them? I already forget.
The Winners League.
The Winners League. Thanks for being a member of the Winners League. If you like the show, some things you can do is you can share it with a friend. Our Instagram is Mutant Menace Pod Mutant Menace Pod.
Mm-hmm.
You can find us on YouTube, Mutant Menace Podcast.
Right.
You can join our Discord, which is in the show notes. You can join our Patreon, patreon.com/Mutant Menace.
Also in the show notes.
If you want to be a part of Pat's email corner,
mutantmenacepod@gmail.com.
Exactly.
And then huge thanks as always to Krills Wilson for all the music, to Julia Selly for providing the voice of Trish Tilby.
Absolutely. We will be back next week. What are we talking about next week? Yeah, we're gonna come back next week, and we got some X-Men. We're gonna do a lot of X-Men coming
Just
up soon. A little bit of
classic,
Alpha Flight and a lot of
regular
X-Men.
old X-Men.
Mm-hmm,
What could go wrong?
So, and a little bit of Power Pack. If you want to know what exactly we're going to be reading, you can join our Patreon at any level, including free, and you'll get that part. That leaves one thing left to do, Pat, which is to say the phrase that we say at the end of every single episode to close out, that an inspiring message to leave everybody.
Oh yeah,
Holding on till next week.
I almost forgot.
So do you want to start it out, or me?
No, I'll take it, folks. As always, we better get a wiggle on.
And remember, query, is this humor?